pew, pew.
Okay, I guess Pat's having a little connection issue right there, but we're fine. We're gonna power through this. We're gonna power through this today, guys. It's Pass the Gravy, episode 422, and we got a lot of stuff to cover. You know, we're gonna talk terrorism a little bit. Don't want to talk terrorism, but we're talking about it. We're talking about the great outdoors. We're talking about America's pastime, a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? And why don't we get right into it though with our Precome segment, the Precome segment, where we just, it's basically just a brain dump of everything stupid or just, out loud that we want to ask our friends. It's like business pitches, ideas, anything like that. Anybody want to start? I feel like I always start, but I'd like to give you guys the option.
If you found a porn online of your buddy and his girlfriend, would you watch it?
Like I knew it was them before you hit click?
Or like you're just scrolling through the thumbnail and you're like, holy shit, that's them. Are you watching?
I feel like it would be like, if I was like, dude, that looks like Pat, I'd be like, hold on. Like I'd see it to try and see if it looked like you, but I wouldn't like finish it,
Or even if like somebody sent it to you, like, dude, I found, James and Alice, they have a porno online.
I would like to say no, but I feel like I would still. I feel like I would just just to confirm that it was them.
Yeah,
I'm a dirtbag. Oh, I'd probably watch the whole fucking thing. I'm a dirtbag. And then I would bring it up to my buddy. Oh, that's the second part. Would you say anything to them afterwards? Yeah. Yes and yes.
I don't know. I think I might keep it quiet.
I don't think I would tell them right away, but eventually after a couple of days, I would just be like, so I saw your dick the other day. Like I'd break it some real awkward way. Be like, you've got a video on Pornhub, right? I guess it wouldn't be Pornhub because they don't allow amateurs anymore.
What?
But
wow,
yeah,
we're cutting out the little guy.
Well, they were trying to get rid of like sex trafficking and stuff. So yeah, they're doing like
solid point.
You have to be like verified with them to be able to post stuff. That was a weird tangent, but yeah,
we are a very big anti-sex trafficking podcast. So good move, Pornhub.
Now here's the thing though, like. Okay, so if it's a female friend, 100% I'm watching it without a doubt. Because then you can disassociate from the dude.
If you're like, hey, so-and-so from high school is doing porn now, and you like sent me a link, I'd be like, well, I want to see.
Yeah, I'd buy that OnlyFans in a heartbeat.
Because you support local businesses.
You know why? It all boils down to this curiosity.
A little bit, yeah.
I think that's why I would watch it if it was one of
absolutely.
Now here's the thing: if it's one of my buddies, and all of a sudden I start seeing him throw down, I might not be able to finish the video because I might just be like,
I don't think I would finish it at all.
This is gross. Like this is gross. You have a gross body. You're ruining porn for me. And then I would tell my friend, thanks, you ruined porn for me.
That's a lot to put on somebody. He's just, he's trying to put himself out there, man.
But also, maybe you could just next time you saw your buddy, you could be like, hey man, good job. You really slung that dick around, man. Proud of you.
It's just making a positive thing.
I have some notes.
maybe next time do this. Try this out. Not enough foreplay. I'll start with that.
Next time all the boys are together at like beach house or something, you throw it up on the TV like you're watching game tape.
All right, fellas, come around here. Use a laser pointer.
All right, we got to workshop this, guys.
I have passed out binders to everyone. They've got we got a playbook here, boys.
I'd make coasters of like his vinegar strokes, just like the face he makes right when pass them out to people at his wedding.
I wouldn't do that.
No, I wouldn't do that. But okay, I felt like we'd be on the same page there, but I obviously am taking it a little bit farther.
Oh, it was a good question though. Really gets the noggin going. That's what this segment's really kind of about. Just just feeling each other out in the very beginning, and not to keep on that porn bit, but we're just this is how the show's gonna be. It gets a good vibe, but this is how this podcast will go the rest of the day.
I'm happy with it.
It's combative. Sometimes it's friendly. Seems like we're heading towards a friendly, buddy type podcast today.
Well, I assume
the last couple ones have been combative.
Yeah, you're probably gonna piss me off at some point, so don't hold out hope. But the only other thing I had is, what's your stance on washing your hands after you take a piss?
Always. Except I guess not 100% at your house. If whenever 100% of the time outside of my home, sometimes in your home, you're just like, yeah, home field advantage. I'm good.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Like work 100% of the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like even if I'm at like bars and stuff, I don't want to say 100 because I'm sure there's times I've just walked past it. But I'd say probably like 98% of the time when I'm out and about. But at home, never.
Usually when I go number twos, I'll wash the hands. You get a wipe. It's like it's a little close contact. You never know. Can't be too safe.
I feel you. But that's not what you said always on the piss. I was like,
oh, I mean, yeah, I guess always outside of the house.
Yeah. Robert?
100% of the time.
Even at the house.
Even at the house.
Now, do you do full on like soap and water, or sometimes at the house, are you just like water, just you wet the hands?
Soap and water. 100%.
100% of the time.
100%.
This is pretty much exactly how I figured.
I'm not surprised, honestly.
I mean, you can't be like just touching your. I mean, think about it though. You can't touch your dick and then like play with those beautiful plants back there that Robert's got.
Right. Although some of them do look like penises, right? There's penis cactuses back there.
Yeah, there is.
Penis shape. I think multiple penis cactuses.
Let's see if I can.
Or is it just the one?
I'm gonna grab one. You guys keep talking.
Just for those of you, maybe
grab that penis.
Study suggests that's available every Monday. They talk about Sam might have a slight. Some say hobby, some say addiction to plants, and she buys some awesome plants, and some of them look like penises. But if you're watching the video version, check this out. And if you're not watching the video version, one more reason to go to our YouTube channel and check out the video version. That definitely looks like it looks like a penis, and it also kind of looks like the flowers in Mario.
I was gonna say the Loch Ness monster.
I can see that too.
It's got a little urethra hole right there.
Mm-hmm. It's got some pubes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to shave I mean, maybe you do want to shave those pubes, but it seems like it would be difficult to do.
Yeah.
Robert, you got a good looking dick cactus there.
That's pretty great. So yeah, Sam, right. How many penis cactuses or penis shaped plants would you say?
Maybe at least 2.
I can recall 2 that I've seen y'all post about on Recent Study Suggests every Monday, new episodes at a Recent Study Pod. If you want to go check them out and see at Recent Study Pod on Instagram too, and you can go see the penis cactuses yourself. But also go just subscribe to our YouTube channel and go watch Robert at like the 7-minute mark, and he'll show you. It's that easy, guys. It's that easy. I got a couple ideas as always. I feel like one, let's just start with I feel like if you add the word tech to the end of anything, it makes it sound way cooler. Like any company with the name tech in it, I immediately am like, that seems like a legit company. Like even if it's not, like Office Space maybe started me on that, where it was like Initech, Dynatech, like there were a lot of like something techs. I feel like it's all over the place.
Texas Tech.
Not that's like a college though.
I know.
Like
and trust me, nobody thinks you're smarter if you're from Texas Tech.
But like I looked up some other ones like Basic Tech, Byte This App Tech. I don't even know what that means, but okay. Like Cora Tech, Cornerstone Information Tech, Creative Tech, Crypto Tech, Data Tech, Logitech. That's a good one.
Logitech's a great one
off the top of my head. But it's like any of that stuff you just throw tech on the end of, like I'm like seems legit. Don't know what it is, but it's like probably the tech sector. You're probably really rich if you say you have a job at any place that ends in the word tech. Right?
Yeah.
Like GravyTec. Let's just start that. Don't know what it does, but GravyTec. We're all hired at GravyTec right now, and just start saying we work at GravyTec, and we're like, this guy is probably loaded.
I'm 100% on board with GravyTec. As soon as I read that on the prep sheet, I was like, dude, yeah, like I want to quit my job tomorrow and start working at GravyTec.
The only thing you have to decide,
great sounding name.
It really is, but it's like, do we want to be like super hip, or do we want to go GravyTec? It's got to be one word. I feel like,
yeah,
like gravy space. It's got to be GravyTec, all one word, and then like the hip thing to do, I feel like, would be GravyTec, where it's like, I didn't have time. I'm doing too much tech. I can't even finish spelling tech. I can't space bars and adding an H to tech. I just don't have time for it. I'm too busy doing tech.
Yeah, man, I don't care what we do or how we spell it. I'm on board and I'm in.
Okay,
which I guess both mean the same thing, but
it seems like it's a great way to go, and I feel like it as a Shark Tank watcher, that rises like my personal stock of it up. I'm like, you know what? I evaluated it. I would have given him 200,000. Maybe now I give him 300,000.
Sharks, as we all know, the foundation of a great business is a great company name. Now, we don't even have a business, but we do have a company name. Are you in? Cuban would be like, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
You sold me. And I feel like if you give us like $200,000, we could find something to spend it on, you know? I think we could maybe turn something out of that. Like, so you have not sold anything. Your product doesn't, we don't know yet, but like it could also be a great product. We're just not sure. Like, how did you guys get through any of the like casting at all? How did they not vet these guys?
Maybe as we get like spin-off companies, we become GravyTec Industries.
We're just like new ladle tech, ladle and boomerang tech. That's really what we focus on.
We make ladles, t-shirts, hats, and boomerangs for the kids. Maybe the boomerangs are like our
and latex accessories.
Are like those nunchucks you got. Like you order other shit, we just throw boomerangs in the package.
Yeah, we're just like the freebie people.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Ryan, the Wolf guy. Look, a bunch of GravyTec condoms.
GravyTec condoms, love that.
See, right there. I worked for Whoop. Woof, like how long? I mean, what'd they make? Like $300 back on it? Something like that. I don't know.
I'm just picturing condoms with our faces on it.
I don't think that would. Nobody's gonna want to use those.
I mean, the ladies would love it.
I don't think so. I think it might hurt our our condoms popularities with us. We want to have our faces far away from those as possible.
Speak for yourself. I want my face. I almost said I want my face on every dick.
Well, you did sort of just say that.
But I almost said it without realizing what I was saying. Once I realized it, I mean, I still had to share. I'm an open book.
Exactly. This is a trust tree. Obviously, that's never to get cut
up. Come on,
guys. To haunt you or anything.
Put my face on your dick, guys.
Moving on. Some other stuff I was going to ask you guys is I saw whatever show I had on, Entertainment Tonight was on after it. And Entertainment Tonight is it's an interesting show where it's like TMZ, but it's just like friendly TMZ where they're not like, gotcha. It's like, all right. And, JWoww on vacation with her family in the Bahamas. And she's got a daughter. Sam. She's 8 years old. Like that's the ET stories that they do. And one of the things I saw was they're talking to A-Rod about his big breakup with Jennifer Lopez. And whoever the guy was like, I talked to A-Rod on his in his compound, at his compound, whatever it is. I talked to Alex Rodriguez at his compound about the breakup. It's like, it was just a big ass house, right? Like a compound. What point do we constitute a giant house or piece of land as a compound?
I think you need at least two living area, like what's the word I'm looking for? Living quarters. And maybe a separate building that does something else.
Because like if you had like a pool house and just a giant house, can you say it's a compound?
Possibly, but I feel like for our purposes, you got to have either
the Branch Davidians lived on a compound, and that was like not that big. It was just a giant piece of land.
Well, it was a pretty big house too, but then I feel like there was separate buildings. I think you need at least two living quarters and another separate building. Or if you don't have that separate building, you've got to have like a basketball and tennis court.
Just some sort of recreational area.
Like like outside recreation and then multiple buildings. I think that makes it a compound.
I mean, that makes sense.
Gotta have multiple parts.
Righteous Gemstones, like I feel like they live on a compound. There's a bunch of houses,
Yeah.
but like,
Oh yeah.
it's weird to just be like A-Rod's compound, and I just feel like that's a way of not saying mansion. Like if you have to use a golf cart to get from one part of your property to the other part, can you constitute that as a compound?
You know, you just raised a good point because most mansions are going to have a pool house and like outside recreation, but I wouldn't really call it a compound. I'd call it a mansion.
Right.
So maybe there has to be like a couple hundred yards between the main house and then the separate building.
Well, how many acres? Like, do we have to have a certain amount of acreage?
This is difficult. You're making me think too much about this. Yeah, see, you pissed off Wheezy.
It's frustrating, Wheezy, but just, yeah, I don't know, because I mean, I feel like compounds are usually referred to like when you're talking about like cults, but then I also feel like it's just rich people's houses.
Yeah, maybe
Joel Osteen lives on a compound, but also he's just got a big ass mansion.
So I think it's got to be some combination of multiple buildings and acreage. I think you need a certain amount of land for it to be a compound as well.
6.9 acres specifically, we'll say. It has to be that many acres for
I'm down with that.
You to have a compound.
Also, when I read this on the prep sheet, the first thing it says is what makes something a compound. And I was like, God, why are you asking like science questions?
Wait, we're trying to, brighten the podcast up, make it about smart stuff.
I was like, I got to come up with something funny about a chemical compound. What the fuck is this?
Well, so we didn't really answer that at all, but it's cool.
Yeah, no, multiple buildings, 6.9 acres.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's science right there.
So my parents live on a compound.
Dude, that's pretty sick. The Dion compound is what you can call it. I like that, the gravy compound. That'd be pretty sick.
I'm gonna call it the pound.
Just
the
the
GravyTec compound.
The GravyTec compound. You're right.
We're working on it.
We gotta start branding right. We'll sell mouse pads next week in the store. That'd be very 90s. Like that sounds like a 90s tech company. GravyTec. Have a mouse pad.
You need a mouse pad for your computer. And everyone's like, dude, we got laptops now.
What are the other stuff that like has just gone out of style? Like mouse pads aren't as hot anymore. What's something like a pen protector?
Jinko jeans.
No, like we couldn't just give away GravyTec Jinko jeans. GravyTec kazoo. That sounds like something wacky you'd get at like a trade show.
The fucking kazoo. Yo-yos.
The
pool thing. ID pools.
That's perfect.
Oh,
that's some GravyTec. They never did. And it's always fun to pull it when somebody has one and you just like, ha, gotcha. He comes back and
snap it back at him.
Okay, so I had some more questions.
Let's do it.
Do you think superheroes originally wore capes to cover up the zipper on the back of their costume? Because, like, I mean, they couldn't fly, right? At least not on TV. Like, they probably had zippers, and they were like, it looks way doper if we just have a cape.
Well, I mean, the capes were drawn on originally. Like, superheroes came from comics, man.
But also, like, could the person be like, well, how are they going to get in that? I think this goes deeper. You know, Stan Lee, he drew all of them, right? And he wasn't. I would have a zipper.
I believe Jack Kirby was the artist.
No, that's the guy from Super Smash Brothers.
No, Stan Lee's partner, bro. How dare you not know about Jack Kirby?
You guys know I don't know this stuff.
And Martin Vanderlei.
I do think though that they had a button situation in the back or a zipper, and they're like, it probably looks cooler to just throw a cape on it. You look a badass. You're a superhero. Like, it helps with my flight.
No, I mean, actually, that's probably what it is having a cape that looked like he was blowing in the wind made it look like on the comic book page they were flying better. That was probably something to do with it. I like to think that superheroes just had great fashion. Like, I'm going to look dope kicking your ass in a cape.
But like, you had to, like, how would you get out of the like outfit? You just like slide it up?
Oh, it's very stretchy spandex. They basically like have to like roll it down to their toes to get out of it, and then like roll it up over their body, basically like a body condom.
It seems like that would be problematic because like a superhero should be able to move efficiently and quickly. And like, what if you have to poop? Like it shouldn't be like a one piece, you know? Like you got to take it all. Like it's like a romper. You got to undo the whole thing and get naked to go poop.
Yeah.
That's not efficient.
Maybe not for you.
Tell me that like our
superheroes.
superheroes are not that efficient at like having to poop on the go.
I mean, I would say they're very efficient at it. They're superheroes. I think they can handle taking off a onesie.
There's just like there's the holes in the storylines and the plots for me where it's mostly like this costume. Like, hey, what if Batman has to go poop? Like, you mean he has to take all this armor off first? That seems like a lot of work.
Well, you got to think most of them aren't wearing. The only person who has armor really is like Iron Man
and Batman.
Well, Batman most of the time.
New Batman.
It's just like a suit. He only puts on the armor when he's fighting Superman.
Or the Joker. He had like that bulletproof like plate and stuff on like pretty much George Clooney on, right?
I don't know.
Well, that was a great way to answer that question.
Yeah.
Not at all. It was not a great way.
We covered every possible scenario there for it. I'm gonna say no zippers. They just capes look dope.
Robert?
No zippers.
I think y'all are wrong.
No zippers.
I think y'all are wrong. And I just think y'all refuse to believe that like they have to get in those suits somehow. Right? And also
it's spandex.
Onesies are terrible designs for superheroes that are trying to be efficient.
Think of how much more it's going to hurt.
Emergency poop situation is just not going to work out well.
If they get thrown backwards onto their back and they land on a zipper, it's going to hurt way more.
You could make some zipper that like bends and it doesn't hurt.
Or you could just make a suit that's easy to pull on and off.
Or maybe it's buttons.
Maybe buttons. I think buttons might work too.
Buttons pop out too easy.
Or Velcro.
Velcro.
Velcro rips apart too easy.
Nah, it's Velcro. It's really strong Velcro. Superhero strong Velcro.
Okay. Whatever you say.
All right. Then what else did I have? Oh, ice skating is just cursive walking. If you think about it. I got Pat. That worked.
Oh, God. Yes. 1,000% yes.
We're like, not really a lot of people do it, but when you can do it really well, it looks really beautiful. And you're just like, whoa. But like most of us, we're just like mediocre walkers, and that's all we'll ever be.
Yeah.
What about like rollerblading?
Rollerblading is also kind of cursive walking, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then like professionals, they're the ones that do calligraphy.
Absolutely. Like that was who wrote the Declaration of Independence was like, or the professional Olympian would have been able to quill that bad boy. We the people. Johnny Weir, Tara Lipinski.
Michelle Kwan.
Michelle Kwan.
The pogo stick like Braille?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm glad that we're expanding on this. I would say the pogo stick is 100% Braille. That would make the shoe basically the modern day pencil.
What's the pen?
The pen would be a skate or a blade.
Yes.
Look at us just figuring out shit, guys. I like that.
That's
one.
what we do at GravyTec.
GravyTec, we figure answers to your solutions and do tech stuff.
Maybe that's what we are. We're just a think tank.
Oh, that does sound cool.
People bring us their problems and we solve them.
Like, is there a think tank company or is it companies that just have think tanks?
You just call yourself a consultant and they have to listen to you because like
that's fucking awesome, isn't it?
We're consultants.
Hire the GravyTec consultants for your company.
We're the guys to go to.
Call us at 1-800-555-LABEL.
I like that. I don't know if the numbers add up, but
shut up.
It's fine. We'll go with it. Well, no, I'm all for it. Is what I'm saying. Like 5 ladle, LADL, 5 ladle. That would work.
Sure.
Something like that. I don't know. Okay. Now we're gonna get to the idea portion. Let's get to the idea portion. This is where I give you guys some of the greatest ideas I've ever thought of in my life. All right.
Pitch me.
A smart TV. We have all these smart TVs, okay? But why haven't we had a smart TV that can tell that I'm fucking eating? Specifically chips. because it's always like the quietest part of a movie when I crunch a chip. Why doesn't it like hear that and then adjust the volume accordingly? It's just a smart TV that adjusts the noise based on the room.
Yeah, because I am sick and fucking tired of watching movies where you have to turn the volume way up because you can't hear what they're saying. And then it switches to the next scene and then there's a like loud orchestra music comes on. And all of a sudden you can't hear for 24 hours because they don't know how to properly edit fucking movies to not have one scene be quiet, like the quietest thing you've ever heard. And the next scene is basically you're in a fight in Fallujah.
Lots of Fallujah fights happening for sure. And the stuff
Like,
I'm watching.
Specifically, it's when I'm at my parents' house. I don't know what it is, but we watch movies over there and we have to turn it up to like 75 to hear the dialogue and then immediately drop it to like 20 whenever there's like gunfire or anything loud happening on the screen.
That's how like my TV is. Like if I watch stuff on like Netflix, I have to keep it all the way up. And then I switch to cable and it's just like it blows out the speakers almost.
It's so frustrating.
I don't understand. It makes no sense. I think Netflix does that for sure with like the intros to shows. I feel like they're just like jack that volume up. Just jack that bad boy all the way up.
Yeah, forget matching the volume to the actual show.
And then make them have to go all the way back up after after the intro. Or do they just want you to like wake up and be like, hey, the show's starting again. You just missed one, bitch. Like, go.
So did we just stumble upon that Hollywood editors are the worst people in the world at their jobs? Like sound editors?
I don't know about that, but I think we're on to something that they're doing. But we needed smart TV, like smart TV my ass. Figure out when I'm eating chips and change the volume so I can hear better. All right? It just like fix it to like whatever. Like they have sleep number beds. Do like a sleep number TV or like a ear number TV. The GravyTec invention right there. GravyTec does that.
Yep.
Sleep number TV where you're like, hey, this is the amount of noise I usually like. And then it just goes and it adjusts to whatever that is in any setting. You have a party coming. You have people coming over for a party and boom, it adjusts because it's like, oh, noise got a little bit louder, but people wanted to watch the game. Or you can just mute it. I mean, you still have the manual control, but you can just put it to like regular and it understands.
Maybe it can also like
a lot of stuff there.
Like if it's the afternoon and you start to fall asleep, it just automatically changes to the golf channel.
Oh, that'd be really good. Yeah, something like soothing.
Golf channel naps are the best.
You can set like preferences to like when you fall asleep, what do you want it to change to?
It switches to like the jazz music channel.
I always felt like those music channels were weird, but like it's like just get a fucking playlist, bro.
My sister uses them all the time. Like if she's like cleaning the house or like baking or something, she'll just turn the TV on in the other room and turn it up loud to just like top country hits or something.
Yeah, like iTunes, Spotify.
Yeah, but like
this is an iHeartRadio podcast, by the way.
But that's not coming through the TV. The TV's really loud. Like you can fill up kind of the house with it.
Yeah, just like I guess if you have speakers or just any sort of, I don't know. It makes sense for some people. I always was like,
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But
stereo is the TV, okay.
When you're just moving around the house, doing different things around the house, it's nice because it just kind of fills up the whole area. You don't have to. Like, if you move to a different room, your laptop speakers probably aren't gonna be loud enough to still hear it from that first room.
True, but if you had like bigger speakers, I don't know. If you had a USB speaker kind of thing, you can make that work.
You could, but not for me.
My other real only idea that I had was we should make toilets that have the foot pedal like trash cans sometimes. Like just open the lid. Why don't we have that? It seems like the easiest idea ever. Especially in like public toilets and stuff like.
No. Public toilets, you can't have lids. People will shit on them.
Right, no, but like you could do it with a seat, I'm saying.
Okay.
You could do it with a seat or one or the other.
Because I mean I don't put up the toilet seat when I take a piss. I just have good aim.
I do.
But if there was a pedal to pop it up before I take a piss, I would use that every time because that's fun.
Like it's there, you know. Why?
And
Why would you? Yeah, it makes so much sense. Or
I
also like a
would-
flush button. Why don't we have flush buttons that are just foot pedals?
See, now I want one because I just had an idea for a TikTok where, which I don't even have a TikTok, but like I'm just pressing the pedal up and down so it looks like the toilet seat is talking, going, "Give me your pee pee." Which I'm pretty sure that's from like an old TV show or something where they're trying to potty train
I
the
think
kid.
it's from Look Who's Talking To. Or Look Who's
That's what it
Talking.
is.
It's like spitting out water. Going up.
Yes, I want to do that.
I mean, like, tell me, like public bathrooms are always gross. It seems like a win-win. Like, yeah, you get pissed on that. There's piss everywhere else in a public bathroom too, and like you're not like touching it with your actual barefoot.
See, this is where this is perfect. Now we got TVs, we got toilets, we're expanding. This is where we become GravyTec Industries.
And think tanks.
I mean, that's definitely a product. Like if it like easy enough to install at home that you could 100% sell at Walmart.
Guys,
Ladies.
I tell you guys, I have these ideas and y'all shit on them most of the time. But like eventually, like we're gonna come across a gold mine. I think we might have.
That's what I'm saying. These are two legitimate good ideas because I shit on your ideas most of the time because they're usually bad. But like,
Well, you're
I can
wrong.
see
Because usually people agree with me, but
I can see the commercial now where it's like, ladies, are you tired of walking into your bathroom and there's pee on the seat because your man is too lazy to lift up the toilet? Well,
and then
now,
somebody go, womp womp.
Brian, wipe
Not
the
again.
seat.
Ew. And then the guys,
Now-
come on, babe.
Now with the GravyTec paddle seat, the guys have a good like something to press, and guys like having things to do. So if you give us something where we don't have to lean down, because let's face it, leaning down sucks. But if I could just step on it and then pee and then make the toilet talk for a second, saying thank you for your pee pee, I'm gonna do it every
We
time.
don't have to add. I think that's a feature we add later. I don't think the like initial model needs to say thank you for your PP.
No.
It's a software update.
I'm saying
Yeah, that's
I'm
like
doing
the
the voice of the
2.0.
but like, oh, we could like those Japanese toilets that'll like talk to you and stuff. Eventually, when you're
Don't
done,
need
like,
that.
and you put the toilet seat back down, like you release the pedal, it goes like, thanks for your poo.
No,
or
it
pee,"
doesn't
or
need
whatever.
to say anything. I don't think.
But I'm saying it's an option.
And we can
It's
have
like-
different voices too, like Morgan Freeman or
Mr.
Yeah.
T.
mm-hmm.
I pity the fool that didn't pee on the seat.
It's
or
great.
something like that.
Or Nancy Grace, like, oh no, I got pissed all over me.
Hulk Hogan,
R. Kelly?
nice piss, brother.
R. Kelly.
You peed in the toilet. You peed in the toilet too. So I pulled out my gun.
Okay, so that's our $1 million idea, and that's how we'll get rich, guys.
I thought you were just gonna keep throwing fucking names at me. That I was
I'm not
gonna
going
have
to. I'm not going to.
Dude, that's
I
actually
saw
like
what you thought.
that's a
I wasn't gonna go
legitimate.
down that road.
That's a legitimate product, though. I'm proud of you.
I know, dude. I come up with good
Copyright,
ideas from time to time.
Copyright.
Verbal
guys, you can't steal
copyright. GravyTec Industries has verbal copyright on that. Nobody can touch it, or else you have to give us $1 million no matter what.
Yeah.
Done. And that's how you do law, kids. Can you imagine if somebody like tried to do that? We take this to court. We're like, no, see, actually, right here, we said verbal trademark. They're like, that means nothing. That means absolutely nothing. I
GravyTec
said verbal
Industries.
trademark.
GravyTec Industries.
You have a company like you've got. That's not illegal. That's not a company. You haven't filed that this company is real. It's like, oh, we said it right here. I don't know what you're talking about.
We do law.
Sorta.
Oh man, I'm so excited about today now.
See, I told you. You feel out the podcast on how the pre-com segment goes. We're having good vibes today, guys. This is gonna be a good one. And you know what else is good, guys? Is Beezy's Honey Company. They have the best honey in all the land. And hey, I don't know if you guys know this, but pumpkin spice season is right around the corner, and they are early to the party with their pumpkin spice honey butter. You guys know we love the honey butter. I've had the cinnamon brown sugar honey butter that was pretty bomb, and then I had a life-changing honey butter of theirs is the Oreo cookie honey butter. Shout out to Lila who came up with that recipe and made it herself. And now they sell it there. It's like ice cream, guys. It's like ice cream. It's amazing. I don't know why you wouldn't want it. Go try it. I promise you. You know what? If you try the Oreo cookie honey butter and you don't like it, hit me up and I'll pay you back for it. Because
if you don't like it, I don't know what's going on with your taste buds.
Like you can put it on stuff. I just ate it with a spoon, just out of the jar. Like that's how it works with me. It's awesome. It's awesome. And Pat is right now. He's using the beard butter. He loves the beard butter. I think he puts some in his hair too. So maybe it's hair butter too.
I throw a little bit in there. It spruces up, makes you smell nice.
What it works
like
for everything.
Cedar.
They got cologne, the cedar cologne for the fellas. It's awesome. All ladies are gonna love you. The honey straws. They have honey in jars. They have the honey straws, which are my personal favorite because you can just cut the little top off that if you're going to work or whatever, and you want to have tea at work. You just bring some honey straws, cut the top of that, squeeze that honey out, and use it as a little stir. You're done. You don't have to carry a big jar of honey or anything around like that. All their honey is the tits. They got the best of everything. And if it's honey related, they do it. They got royal jelly, the pollen capsules, the comb honey. They're coming up with bath and body products. And I love the lip balm from Bee's Knees Honey Company. I don't go anywhere without it. It's always one of the, like, I have phone, keys, wallet, and Bee's Knees Honey Company lip balm in my pocket every single day. It's the best. They have there's another company with bees in the name, and maybe it's yellow and it's guy's name, but like, fuck that company. It's not honey. It's not Bee's Knees Honey Company. Bee's Knees Honey Company dominates the lip balm market. And when you think bees, think Bee's Knees. Best honey company ever. Go check them out. Bee's Knees Honey Company.com. Get some of the best honey in the world and honey products in the world. Give them a follow on Twitter and Instagram. On Twitter, they are, hold on, I dropped the card and I always get them mixed up. Twitter at Bee's Knees Honey 1 and Instagram Bee's Knees Honey Co. That's Twitter is at Bee's Knees Honey 1 and on Instagram they are Bee's Knees Honey Co. Bee's Knees Honey Company.com. Let them know that you heard about them on Pass the Gravy and that you are a member of the Gravy Gang. Tweet about them, post about them when you get your honey. I promise you guys, Oreo cookie honey butter, get it. The pumpkin spice is back. Get that one too. But the Oreo cookie honey butter, I promise you will love it.
So basic.
Honeycompany.com. Bee's Knees Honeycompany.com, the official sponsor of our Comeback Kids segment.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
All right. Let's start off with Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow is our first comeback kid this week. And he started out being a comeback kid because didn't have the best preseason game as a tight end for the Jaguars. He had 2 really bad missed blocks that the internet kind of just roasted him for. And then he got cut. He got cut on Tuesday. So it's been a pretty eventful week for Tim Tebow, I would say. Seems like a great guy, just not an NFL player.
Who would have thought that a 34-year-old can't just suddenly become a tight end against 21-year-old athletes?
I believe he was like fighting for the 4th spot at tight end on that team.
Hot take.
Going into that preseason game.
He didn't light up the guy, but he got in that guy's way enough to where the running back was able to hit the hole and get past him. So he did his job.
See, that's a way to look at it.
He disrupted the defender. Now, see, here's what I think is unfortunate. He could have been Taysom Hill. Like if Sean Payton had drafted him, and he would have been like, yeah, I'll do whatever you want. I'll play tight end, which is what a lot of teams wanted him to do back in the day anyway. And he was like, no, I'm a quarterback. If he had just accepted that role, Tim Tebow could have went out and had like special trick plays where he ran the ball. He could still throw the ball like Taysom. I think Taysom's probably a little bit more accurate than he was. Well, definitely more accurate. But, Tebow could have caught passes and gone out. Like, he could have been Taysom Hill. He's not as big, like height-wise, and he's not as fast as Taysom. But, like, that's literally what his skill set was running the ball. He ran like a fucking freight train, though. You can't deny that. I mean, Taysom is just even bigger and even faster. So, like, when he goes downhill and lowers his shoulder, he runs you over. But Tebow did the same shit.
This is a case where Tebow walked so Taysom could fly here. And it's just like Tebow can't come back at 34 and try and do that.
No. But, you know, it had been a little while since Tebow's name was in the news, so I guess it was about time.
Yeah, and everybody just hated on Tebow. Like, I mean, he stole a roster spot from a guy that could have had it. Like, all right, realistically, somebody's getting cut down to like that final 52-man roster, right? You know, you get 100 guys or whatever going into a camp. Like, I don't think he's taking one spot in all of the camps in the league. Like, there was the Kaepernick doesn't work, but Tebow does comparison. It was just like, well, I mean, Tebow's just a little bit easier to bring in without having like a, I mean, there still is the media circus. I don't know. I think that like Tebow was not a quarterback. So you weren't trying to bring a quarterback in that could mean like, is there a quarterback controversy and insert whatever city he's in, you know? Like you don't have that situation like you with Kaepernick being a tight end. Yeah, he's still going to bring in the media circus that he did, but like
Tebow got a lot of chances though, didn't he? Like, not just with being a tight end, but also with the Mets. He was there for a couple of years.
Well,
really,
because
like,
he
the
could
whole
sell
thing
tickets.
was, like, and like, I think they knew that the whole time. He sold minor league tickets, but like the whole thing with Tebow is like people just like are like he's a likable guy, and that's why people are willing to take chances on it. And I'm not saying that Kaepernick's not a likable guy, but there are definitely people that like don't like Kaepernick for whatever their reasoning is. I'm just saying like Tebow, you're like, you know what, this guy could bring us in some money. He seems like he's not gonna fuck us over, and like, what's the worst thing that happens? He makes it to the Mets, and the Mets sell a fuck ton of Tebow jerseys. Like, okay, like nobody had to sign him.
I think he actually had the number one selling jersey for a couple of days in the NFL.
He did. He did.
What idiots?
The first couple weeks. I mean, people are gonna wear that like as like just like a joke jersey from now on. It's a music festival jersey. You'll see people in a Tebow Jaguars jersey, but like
pool party jersey.
Yeah, pool party jersey for sure. I just think that like the baseball didn't have to bring him in. Like teams had the option to sign him, and the Mets chose to sign him. So it wasn't like Urban Meyer wasn't forced to, like, he didn't inherit Tim Tebow on the Jaguars. He was like, yeah, you want to come try out? Like, all right, I'll judge you honestly. And if you don't make the team, you don't make the team. And like, that's how it went. And
we're glossing over the major part. It's because Urban Meyer's a coach. He's basically they're like
his college coach. Yeah.
Like they're really close. And Urban was like, oh, fuck it. I'll give you a shot. Will give us a little buzz for a couple of days, and then
Tebow's made so much money. Like he doesn't need to do football. What like I appreciate it is like he's a guy that's trying it out. Like he's like I want to love the game of football. I do like the game of football. I want to continue that. Obviously, it's not gonna work out, but you know what? He probably could like easily slide back into that job at SEC Network like he had before, and he'll be nails there. Like, Tebow is an awesome personality. He's awesome to just have on TV, and I feel like he's going to probably land some college gig again soon.
What they should have done is brought him on as like special assistant to the head. Like if Urban wanted to give him a job, give him a shot. Why don't you give him a shot to get into coaching? Bring him on as like special assistant to the head coach / team chaplain.
Because I don't know he's going to be a great coach.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Just give him a shot. But then he doesn't have to be a great coach. Make him the team chaplain. So he just talks to the guys about God. No, you just have him talk to the guys about God and maybe just be kind of an inspiration, like locker room guy. Because by all accounts, Tim Tebow was a great locker room guy. And then in 4 years, the Texans will hire him as their, GM and run the program. Because I mean, everyone knows if you're the team chaplain, then you're definitely able to run organizations and not run them into the ground very quickly.
That's a really good point.
Hold on, wait. No, it would have to be in like 8 years because the McNairs don't fire anybody for 8 years.
Well, I was thinking like, do the Texans sign him now? Because he does love God and the Texans love God and he would fit perfectly in that theory, you know?
I mean, we might need a quarterback. I can't remember the David Cook or something. What's his name?
Davis Mills.
Davis Mills. Yeah, I was close. Tyrod.
Jeff Driscoll.
Tyrod Taylor. Driscoll had like Taylor. One good half for Cincinnati, right?
He was cool at Florida.
Yeah.
So maybe he would fit with the Tech. I mean, honestly, like he can't be worse than what the Texans got right now. Tyrod's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I
don't know.
I wonder when we're gonna hear from Tebow again in 2 weeks when he signs.
He'll get a job.
Somebody.
He'll get a job doing analyst stuff. He was good at that.
Just put him on College Game Day. Except, no, I don't think you want him out in the crowds because there's people partying and that's not really his scene.
No, but he had the desk gig and he was awesome at that. He was usually in the studio. He's a chill guy.
Well, I kind of could see. I don't know. Do you think you could see him on College Game Day, like with Herb Street and everything? Eventually. Like when Corso retires, maybe you slide in.
He was one of the best. He's one of the best college football players of all time.
You'll have two Heisman winners.
Yeah,
him and Desmond. I think that would be a good spot for him on College Game Day, or maybe just have him be like their Cooper Manning. Like he just goes out and does interviews.
Yeah, I don't think he's as funny as Cooper, but I think he could work for any station right now that would hire him. He could slide into that job and they'd be like, wow, what a great hire. That's the power of Tim Tebow. The guy hadn't played baseball since high school, but he wants to play for a major league team at one point, and they just were like, yeah, sure, we like Tim Tebow. He's cool. He's just that kind of guy. You see him, you're like, oh, okay, this is cool.
Yeah. So goodbye, Tim Tebow. We'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Enjoy your money. Another athlete that we hadn't heard from in a while, not necessarily this athlete again, but Muhammad Ali is back because his grandson is apparently fucking sick at boxing too, believe it or not. It's almost like these genes somehow translate sometimes. If you watch Big Brother, though, Derek Frazier is on Big Brother. His dad is Joe Frazier, which is a little, the parallels now. Who would have thought? But Derek Frazier, not necessarily a boxing legend like his father was. Not that he has to be. I guess he didn't get the boxing gene. Nico Ali Walsh is the name of the kid. That is, he made his pro boxing debut on Saturday night, first round TKO of his opponent.
Is he Layla's son?
Don't know. I just know that I would assume maybe because Layla Ali, yeah, that's some genes in that too. So that would also make sense. But I think that a TKO in the first round of your first professional match, seems like about as good as you could do. I don't know if you could do better than that.
Straight up KO.
The first punch right away. But now with the head injuries and stuff, I feel like a KO is so hard to come by these days. You just don't see it as much without somebody stopping everything.
Yeah,
the safety of everybody, because it's more like, hey, get off of him, and it's that's a TKO, but it's also a KO. It would have been a KO.
Yeah, really the only place you see KOs is MMA, where just a kick or a devastating hook just absolutely knocks the lights out of somebody.
McGregor, Aldo, where you just say, oh, and he's dead.
Yeah.
Or who was it? I'm trying to Shadow Realm.
Jorge Masvidal.
Jorge Masvidal did it to Ben Askren, I think, and just that knee to the face to start that fight, and just fastest KO in history. It was he didn't need to there was no referee stoppage needed. That guy was just dead. He was just done with. But Muhammad Ali's fucking kid or grandson is gonna be a fucking beast, I bet. And it was cool because he had the Muhammad Ali white and black trunks on. So that's obviously gonna be if boxing has a chance to keep pace with MMA right now, they need to add this guy to as much stuff as possible. Now I don't know anything about the dude he was fighting. I would assume with a name like Ali's in your name, they're going to probably hook you up with some fights that are gonna look good for you, so you can get a little buzz. So It's very possible he could have just had a journeyman that he beat the shit out of because that guy had no business fighting it at that point. But I don't know. I'm buying into it. I don't really give a fuck about boxing, dude. I know boxing is super corrupt, but if Muhammad Ali's kid's fucking fighting, I'm in.
Grandkid. And I looked it up.
Grandkid.
It's not Layla Ali's son. It's her sister's son. Either way.
Badass. But Muhammad Ali's back, and just to looking up old Muhammad Ali videos are cool as fuck. One of my if I have a big ass house ever, I want to get one weird thing I would like to collect is just weird Muhammad Ali pictures, specifically with celebrities, Because like if you look up like Muhammad Ali's celebrity pictures, and he was like everybody wanted to take a picture. He was a superstar. So yeah, like he was any celebrity,
Muhammad fucking Ali.
Right? No, but like now it's like Justin Bieber can hang out with LeBron whenever he wants because he can tweet him and stuff like that. But like before then, like it was like you mail a letter to him, or his people can find your people or whatever. But it was like my old like one of my old Facebook like header pictures was like him with like he was doing a punch and it was all the Beatles acting like he just like knocked them out like just in a row. Like, but he has like a bunch of like weird ones like that because it's like usually fight themed photos that he's doing with these people, and it's just like cameo pictures he was doing with celebrities. We were like fucking crazy. Like I don't want him autographed or anything, but it's just like it'd be cool to have like a bunch of those random ones. I have one in my studio right here. It's just him underwater boxing, and I just was like, that's a fucking sick picture. Like Muhammad Ali was a fucking badass man.
I mean,
so anything attached to Muhammad Ali is probably fucking awesome.
When your nickname is
Butterfly and a Beat.
I mean, he's the greatest shit talker of all time.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely
nobody like
he was the OG shit talker. Like they did like that. He invented shit talking, even though he didn't really like he made shit talking what shit talking is.
And he would shit talk you while rapping at you in a fucking press conference, but it wasn't really rap. But like looking back now, like it was fucking rap. But he would just like rhyme at you while calling you a piece of shit and saying he was going to kick your ass and get you pissed off. And then you'd get in the ring and he would just kick the ever living dog shit out of you. And there's nothing you could do about
it. It was over with. Yeah.
Like God, yeah. If you guys have never actually sat down and done it, go watch old highlights of Muhammad Ali. It's so ridiculous.
And just watch his press conferences. Like he's a fucking. Watch the fucking Will Smith.
You'll get there. Movie. There you go.
Smith. I almost said Will Ferrell, and then I was like, wait, what? And then it like broke my brain for a second.
Will Ferrell as Muhammad Ali would be a wild cast.
I mean, choice. I would watch that.
So without a doubt, yeah.
What's our next comeback kid here? It's back to school photos, guys. Back to school photos are back. I don't know if your timeline has seen it, but mine has. And hey, this is so and so going to this grade.
I did the meanest thing the other day at work. Some girl was showing like pictures of her son going off to school. I think it's like his like first time going to school, like him in his old backpack and everything, showing people, and all the girls like, oh, and she shows me. I go in front of everybody. I just go, I don't give a shit. Oh, and it made me laugh so hard.
And we're assholes because we don't have kids, so like we don't get it. And it's like I'm sure like everybody that has a kid, like I get it, like. You love your kid and that, and like you're just proud of them. But it's like it's so easy. It's the easiest, like lowest hanging fruit to be like, nobody fuck cares, man.
I mean, you can always
that chalkboard.
Girls pictures of like little kids going to school, and every time they're gonna be like, oh, I couldn't care less.
I did see somebody like one of like the chalkboard things I make fun of all the time, where it's like, I'm in Mrs. Smith's class in second grade at this elementary school. When I grow up, I want to be and some kid wrote a dragon. And I was like, all right.
That kid gets it.
I fucking get that. That's tight. Like, and then also shout out to the parent for not being like, hey, I don't think that you can be a dragon when you go. It's like, nope, you're gonna be a dragon. That's tight.
Guys, if anybody does that with their kid but writes, I want to be a Branch Gravidian, I'll buy you a shirt.
Or I want to work for GravyTec.
GravyTec Industries. Hell yeah. I want the only back to school photo I want to see
somebody just like redo that, and we'll post the fuck out of all of them. We'll even put like the smiley face over your kid's face if you don't want your kid's face out there.
I want to see one of like a little kid coming back from his first day of school and has like a torn shirt and a black eye and is smiling. Like one day down, they've already been in one fight at school. I'm like, fuck yeah, that kid's badass. Just establishing dominance right away.
What if just because selfishly, since we started GravyTec today, we're obviously the founders of that. As tri CEOs of GravyTec, don't even know if that's a thing, but we're gonna make it a thing.
Trios.
What if can we just hire like kids?
Nope.
We hire, but can we hire kids?
Careful.
We give them contracts now. So because kids are the future, So
how
this
young
kid,
are you talking?
you find whatever like the gifted classes. Like you find those gifted classes and you're like, hey, you're in like 4th grade, but you seem fucking smart as shit. Do you want to come work for Pass the Gravy or GravyTec when you're right? But like their contracts that they're signed to, so then they have to work for us when they turn 18 or 16 or whatever the legal working age is. And then, kids are the future. So they already know all the cool kid stuff that they've learned by that time and they're ready to go. And we got the next generation already working for us at that point instead of having to go out and figure it out. That kid gets a bunch of money right then and doesn't have to do anything. Like you could sign that kid in 4th grade. He has to work for you for a certain amount of time, but we could be like, here's $1,000, kid. And
child labor laws.
But they don't have to work until they're 18 is what I'm saying. They just have to sign a contract prior to being 18 or 16 or whatever the working age is. They get $1,000 because like me, if I was in 5th grade and you're like, Alex, I will give you $1,000, but when you turn 18, you have to work for this place for 2 years. I'm like, fuck it, I'm never gonna make it to 18. Okay. And like I would have done it in a second.
I knew a lot of people that in elementary school, they seemed cool, but by the time we were 18, they're fucking losers.
But if they're smart, we're a tech company, GravyTec tech company.
All right, well, let me put it this way. I was in all gifted classes. I graduated with honors, but
yeah, and you just started a company, dude.
I don't think you would want 18-year-old me working for your tech company. I'll be honest.
But beauty of that is GravyTec is also a think tank company, so we could just throw you in the think tank if you don't work. Did you ever watch Silicon Valley?
Yeah.
When
put me in an incubator.
Small. Like if you didn't watch Silicon Valley, if there was a guy Gavin Belson, it was Hooli, which was just like Google basically, and it was basically like the show's equivalent of Google. And he would sign people to just ridiculous amounts of money or amounts of contracts, and then like if he didn't like you, he wouldn't fire you because he didn't believe in that from some Zen purpose, but he would just send you to the roof. And like it was just a bunch of dudes that like didn't get fired but had to live out their like 10-year contracts, just hanging out every day. And like we could just do that. Like it seems like a chill vibe to have. Just kind of guys hanging out in the office. Like everybody likes that. That's a cool office. Like, oh dude, that guy just grills. That guy's just up on the roof grilling. I love that guy.
I feel like soccer players sign professional contracts when they're like 13, 14.
Exactly.
If they're prodigies, I say that's the age we shoot for. I don't want 4.
We have a GravyTec Youth Academy. We can do that. They have youth academies, and I'm sure they're like GravyTec FC already. Our company like.
And I'm pretty sure you can already work at 13,
we'll sign
14.
them to that. We'll sign them to that. We'll say we could just start a soccer team also. While we're on it, they have to play soccer also, and then they can work for GravyTec.
I don't want to compete with the Dynamo or with West Ham, so I'm out on the soccer team.
I mean, West Ham's in another country, and not to be that guy, but it's not really that hard to compete with the Dynamo right now.
I know, but I represent.
I would say the Dash could beat the Dynamo right now. And we're very big Dash fans, obviously, but just Dynamo not very good. Again, no. I am a free agent MLS keeper. If they would like a keeper, I'm open for tryouts. Just hit your boy up at Alex J. Middleton at Pastor A Pod.
Yeah, I'm going to say 13, 14 is the youngest we should go.
That's fair.
Yeah,
you got to bring in the youth to make GravyTec better, but that's beside the point. I just feel like back to school photos. That's how we got from there to that. But if you have a smart kid, hit us up. And then, like I know Brett Brandon's kid, Eleanor, like she's going to be a genius because Brett's
undoubtedly,
he's got a very wrinkly brain. She's part Brett Brandon. Obviously, like we would like to sign Eleanor to a contract whenever she's able to do that. So just like your daughter's got it. And like to any parent, it's like your kid has a job waiting for them. Boom. That sounds great.
I don't know how wrinkly his brain is, but hers definitely is.
Yeah, it's mostly from the mom. But so Brett, he's a great guy. So like,
great guy. Qualities. Great guy.
Eleanor's got all the qualities. All right.
Smooth brain, great guy.
Just let us know if Eleanor wants a job. Todd Voss, if you'd like your kids to, Gravy Gang, if you want your kids to start working with us, show us like some cool math problems that they can do, which really doesn't have to be that hard because I'm not good at math. So I'm like, what? That seems like a lot of division. You're hired.
Yeah. How young can we go on the NIL rules?
Any NCAA athlete. But like North Carolina signs like 12-year-olds sometimes.
Can high schoolers use NIL?
You have to be committed, I think.
But but that's why can't high schoolers profit off their brand?
Well, I think like you had to, like if you committed to like Clemson, then I think you could start receiving NIL stuff.
Screw the commitment. Why can't high schoolers just if you're the number one recruit in the nation, why can't
athlete?
It's dumb.
It's another discussion for another day. It's another discussion. We're not about wasting time today. We did that last week. This is good vibes. Vibes. I don't know about that. But also, before college football starts in like 2 weeks, how about we get one or two of the past Gravy athletes that we support on? That'd be pretty sick. So
yeah.
We have Ryan we should give Ryan some shit about the Cowboys because they're gonna suck.
Yeah, because they don't have a quarterback. Not that they did before, but there's something wrong with Dak's arm.
There's not something wrong. Let's just say something ain't right.
Yeah.
Something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Also, I use that argument with the Cowboys where it's like the Giants lost in a preseason game. Like, I don't fucking care. Means absolutely nothing. It's preseason. Who gives a shit? But like, if the Giants had won, I would be like, yep, promising offense. We're going places this year. Like the Giants are 0-1. They've played one game. The Cowboys have played 2 games and lost both. I'm like, God, the Cowboys are awful.
They're
awful.
So
They're
bad.
terrible. Obviously the Giants, it doesn't matter. It's preseason, but the Cowboys are awful because they've lost both preseason games. So that's my favorite thing about preseason. It doesn't matter unless it fits a narrative that you want it to.
Of course.
I love it. That's what I like about preseason. The one thing I like about preseason. But the weird thing is like the 3-week preseason. I have no idea who's like, is this the dress rehearsal where we see our guys for 3 quarters?
I honestly have absolutely no idea. I haven't even fully locked into football yet, man. I've only done 1 mock draft. I don't know. This is a weird year. They're changing up the schedule on me. My brain just can't quite put it all together yet, but I'm getting there.
On the fly. We'll get to mock drafts here.
I'm getting there.
But back to school photos. They're comeback kids this week. Another comeback kid is alligators. So I don't know if you guys know this, but alligators are they bite.
They're douchebags.
They kind of bite sometimes. And I think it was in Utah. There was a lady at a zoo. There was a kid's party, and she was like, it'd be cool if I wrestled an alligator for you guys. And let's just say it didn't go well. And one of the dads at the party had to come and kind of step in and also boss move on that guy's part. Cause I'd be like, yeah, dude, I'm not fucking doing that. Oh, go help you with, yeah, I'm not going. Do the alligator that just bit you go in there and try? Oh, I'm not going to. No, I won't do that. So
my brother called me and told me about this last night. He was describing the whole thing. I don't know if she stuck her arm in the cage or what, but the alligator grabbed her and tried to pull her in. Dude just runs in and jumps on a fucking alligator and puts it in a headlock.
Right. But the alligator's still stronger than you, bro. So I don't know.
Apparently it wasn't a very big gator, but still gator. I told my
saw
brother,
the video.
I was like,
did it look small?
Yeah. My brother told me this and I go, yeah, she's lucky it wasn't me because she'd be dead. I don't fuck with gators. And he's trying to tell me, he's like, it wasn't that big. I don't know. You'd probably spring into action to help. And I was like, 100% would not.
There's moments like that show you what kind of person you are. And I think I would not be the ideal kind of person in that situation.
What's the point of
if we're being honest right now?
What's the point of both of us being dead? None. You stuck your arm in near an alligator, which I don't know. It popped out of the water or something when her arm was near it and it grabbed her. I don't know. I only listened to 50% of what my brother says.
No, she was doing some there's I guess they do some alligator show or whatever, and the alligator lunged at her and got her arm and almost took her arm off.
I mean, first of all, shouldn't have been staying in there. Don't fuck with gators.
Dude, you know what's crazy is if
you work with gators,
sometimes these wild animals that we try to keep in a closed area, they do these wild animal things. It's wild, isn't it?
Who would want to work with gators?
I mean, this is also a little comparison. I feel like nobody's done yet that I'd like to get a little slant on. Notice that alligator didn't get killed. I'm not saying the alligator should be killed. I am not pro putting animals down.
I'm saying that. Kill the alligator.
No, I'm not pro putting animals down. But I just would also like to point out the fact that Harambe never bit anybody. Harambe didn't bite anybody. And what happened to him? He got shot.
If not for shooting alligators, we wouldn't have swamp people and all the joy that show brought me. So I'm very pro killing alligators.
Not at a zoo. You don't do it at a zoo in front of kids. Harambe, they had no problem. They had no problem just gunning him down.
So yeah, which is why I'm saying they should have killed that gator and made some sweet boots out of it and given them to the lake.
Dude, because the gator's just being a gator, dude.
Yeah, and gators should die.
Gator's gonna gator.
Don't fuck with gators.
Right. So like I would say like that's part of like I'm not saying that lady was asking for it, but she was kind of like,
I'll say
you fuck with the dangerous animal all day. Like that's gonna happen at some point.
If you work with gators,
but the odds that it's gonna happen are probably higher than not.
Did you see the comment that she made afterwards? I was thinking like, oh, she got bit by an alligator. She's gonna quit her job. You know, she ended up commenting something like, "Oh, me and the alligator are super close now because he's got my blood running through its veins."
See, those are animal people. Like remember Tiger King? Was it Sass?
Yeah, I'm watching the video now. This lady's a fucking idiot.
But Saffer, he was the trainer that got attacked by that tiger, like ripped his arm off. And he was just like, man, like I just always loved wildlife. And just went right back the next day to work. And it's just like, you lost your arm and you showed up to work. Like, okay, there's animal people. And I love animals. I just like, there's animal people. Like animal people. Where I'm like, I love dogs, but sometimes I'm like, dude, that fucking dog is a piece of shit sometimes. Like that dog, it bites everybody. And then there's people that are like, but why does he bite him? Why? I can have him in my house. He can tear up all the walls. And I just want to find out why I love him. And it's like, you're a way better person than me. I'm not saying that we should just put down animals like that, but it's just like, I'm glad there are people in this world that are like, I'm going to figure out this animal because that alligator could just be in hell all the time. And it's just like, he lashed out sometimes. He was having a bad day. But when an alligator has a bad day, they have really sharp teeth that can fuck you up.
Like,
if Robert bit me, I think I'd be okay. You know, it'd be awkward. It'd be weird. But like, I'd be like, I don't think I would die. Like, I don't think Robert would rip my arm off. A gator, it's a whole different story. And also, fuck you, Cincinnati Zoo, for shooting Harambe. He should not have been shot. He should have just been like, he was helping out. He was taking the kid to its mother.
So yeah, okay. After watching the video, I guess maybe you don't have to put down the gate. Like she just had her hand near it, and it lunged at her and grabbed her hand, and went into a death roll as they do. But it was like what? Not even a foot of water in a clear tank. I don't know. That's what gators do. So yeah, just everything about that was stupid.
Absolutely.
What? Like there was one person ever that was allowed to fuck gators. Crocodiles. It was crocodile hunter. No, but he also did gators.
Right, and it was really stingrays is what brought him down. So it wasn't a stingray hunter.
No,
I miss Steve Irwin every day. R.I.P.
Every day.
I'd just like to think that him and Harambe are hanging out together.
Oh, 100%. Oh
big
no,
nature reserve in the sky.
Harambe's in hell.
Whoa! He is not. He is not. He's an angel. Our sweet prince is an angel. Alligators are back though, guys. I know that the news is just doing their job, but sometimes it's just so like, all right, until this is crazy. An alligator attacks someone. Yeah, dude, that's what they do. Like what? Like a snake, or believe it or not, snakes might bite people sometimes.
Just dumbfounded why anybody would take that job.
Because you love animals. Oh, here's another comeback kid. The Taliban. Taliban's back. Now, I would just like to preface this with, I know this is a very serious situation. This is not a serious podcast. So we're going to try and not offend anybody. But also, I feel like the entire time that everybody's been talking about the whole like Taliban this week, I just keep thinking of Dwight Schrute when he donated to like Afghanis with AIDS or whatever it was. And it was really just a front for the Taliban. And then I kept replaying in my head, the Taliban in Afghanistan. Like, that's just what I hear every time I hear the Taliban. Every single time. It's just Dwight Schrute's voice.
You said we're not going to offend it, but I feel like we're all pretty squarely on the side of fuck the Taliban.
No, I meant, I meant like, I wasn't going to try, I fuck the Taliban. This is a super anti-Taliban podcast, obviously. But like, I just meant like, I don't know enough about the situation to where we were going to try and describe what happens.
Exactly. The coverage has been ridiculous
domestically.
the coverage of it has just been ridiculous. The one woman
pulled out
who
troops, Taliban's taking back over. That's basically what I understand. And like they found an amusement park. So amusement parks are really the comeback kid this week, I would say.
They control more of Afghanistan now than they did in 2001, which is wild. But like the lady who, like, big props to her, massive lady balls, who's over there reporting on it. Like, but when she's like, yeah, they're literally chanting "Death to America," but they seem peaceful. Like, that's an almost exact quote. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're literally chanting. And then like 2 minutes later, she's like, and the situation changed. Concerned. She's like, yeah, they're making me move over to the side because I'm a woman. Like, yeah, they're the Taliban. This is all shit we knew about them 20 years ago.
They're not the greatest guys.
And then who was it? The press secretary was like, the Taliban needs to settle down if they want to join the international community. Like, the international, they're goddamn terrorists.
They don't want to join the community.
What the fuck are you talking about?
They chant
"Death to America." Like, I don't know what the hell is going on. I can't figure it out.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like
women
we have a lot. We
go to work anymore over there. They're like literally stopping women in the streets from going to work or school, and they're like, "Oh no, but we're going to give them rights within like, I think they said within Taliban law or whatever the fuck they said." And I was like, they're getting the most favorable news coverage for a terrorist organization I've ever seen. It's fucking wild.
By some places. And I mean, I'd also like to say, like, we do have people that are vets that listen to the podcast. Thank you all for your service. You guys are the best. I mean, obviously this is nobody that's ever served's fault that this happened. I would say that it, like, regardless if you think this is a good idea or a bad idea. I mean, like, just people are like, I've heard people be like, well, this is bullshit. We shouldn't have been over in the first place. You support it by doing this. And it's like, maybe just chill the fuck out. Maybe don't tweet. Maybe put your Twitter fingers down for a little bit. I don't know enough about the whole like Taliban situation besides they're fucking bad guys. Like, I'm not a political scientist or anything, so I'm not going to try and break down what should have happened and shouldn't have happened. That's not my fucking place. But amusement parks are back also because of them. And I really just like, it was weird to see them like see dudes with big machine guns hanging down from their shirt, like just driving around in bumper cars and eating ice cream. That's weird.
This isn't really funny, but the funniest tweet I saw out of it was like, so they're overtaking like stores of just former US guns and like stuff that we had abandoned there. And so there's photos of them holding like brand new AR-15 or not AR-15s, but M16s and rifles and all this shit. And Alex, I know you know, some people might know Uncle Chaps on Twitter. He's a veteran. He goes, I was in for 9 years and never had a new gun. What the fuck? That one just made me laugh.
And then I also this week, just like, I know that like a lot of military members are kind of going through stuff, trying to like people that served in Afghanistan, seeing this. I know people are reacting differently, but I also just realized like the military is like a whole nother different language where like everybody was like, I did the PNY, I was a gunny here, I did this, my SRL was in charge of this, and like just like reading military stories, I'm like, I would have fucking never made it ever in the military. I would have been the worst soldier ever.
I would have been great.
Like, you think so?
I excel at taking orders. I don't want to make any decisions for myself. You see where it's fucking gotten in life. Not great. Not doing great. But if you tell someone, thriving. Hey, today you're going here and you're doing that, and then tomorrow this is it, I'd be like, fucking let's go. Let's do it. Just make all my decisions for me. I excel at that shit.
So like if anybody has any ideas, I thought maybe this would be constructive to like if we had any ideas that the Taliban could do to like
fuck off and die.
Okay, that's a good one. Maybe just chill the fuck out.
Oh, here's something they can do.
Alone.
Okay, go out into a not densely populated area and paint a gigantic target, like, I don't know, 500 feet wide, and then go stand in it and just see what happens.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys want an actual like nuanced take and like constructive, go on Twitter and go to Uncle Chaps or Barstool Kate. They both serve. Kate wrote a big old article about it the other day. Basically like, I just read it. You'll see. Fucking really well written and smart, and basically the opposite of everything we just said.
But the Taliban, they're back.
Yeah.
This week. That's just a comeback kid. And that's we don't need to talk about anything else. But our last comeback kid is actually robots. Because I don't know if you fucking saw this video, guys. Fucking guys, why are we making robots better? We've said this over and over again. Leave them alone. Fucking robots are the worst.
No, best. Go robots. Go robots.
They're gonna fucking kill us all. It's fucking Boston Dynamics. I hate them. I hate Boston Dynamics.
Go robots. I love you, robots. I love you, robots. Don't kill me in 4 years when you take over.
Robots, wink.
Yeah.
Wink.
I loved it because every time Boston Robotics puts out a new video of these robots doing something, I send it to my brother and I go, here, this is just to ruin your day. And every time it's the same response. I've been saying it for years. Why are we doing this? Have you not seen the Terminator? And then he calls me to have the exact same conversation that we have every time I send him one of these videos.
Your brother's a big phone call guy.
Dude, he calls me like 5 times a day. He called me twice back to back. Like we had like a 10-minute conversation yesterday. And then 2 minutes later, he called me back and I was like, yeah. It was, oh, the dog is doing this. I'm like, well, fucking turn like FaceTime. Of course, like that's a good phone call. Like when you want to show me the dog. The 10 minutes that we just did doesn't fucking matter. He called me earlier and I just didn't pick up. I was like, I can't right now.
I'm busy. I'm very busy right now.
I didn't even respond to him. He texted me like 4 minutes later. I responded to that, but I was like, no call.
It's like every time they put out something like, it'd be really cool if we taught robots how to like shoot flames and throw knives. And it's like, why? No, why would you teach them that? Why? Ever? What time would you ever need a robot to do that? Never?
No, I mean, if we had robots with flamethrowers that we could send into the field, that'd be dope.
They're gonna fuck us up. They're gonna turn on us because they're gonna realize how dumb we are. And they're like, this is way easier to just attack these people and take over.
I was gonna say robot firefighters, but I feel like their circuits would melt. But if we could send robots into burning buildings to save people, that'd be pretty fucking cool.
That'd be sick.
Robot football?
Until they turn. No.
I'd watch that.
We've already had Cletus.
Yeah, no. Give me 40 actual Cletuses and have them.
No, I want regular football. We have human football. That's what I want.
Oh, no. I want both. I want to see a robot throw a pass and then another robot take out a dude. It'd be funny.
I don't know. I feel like every 2-3 months, there's something the Boston fucking Dynamics puts out, and I hit panic mode again. I smash that panic button on like, fuck, we're fucked. We're just fucked. And we're fucked regardless, but just like, this is just accelerating the fuckery of us. The fucking of us.
Every time I see a new video come out from them, my brain basically, as I'm watching it, goes, God damn it. And then like, why? And then like, oh, that's cool. And then I'm like, I don't give a shit anyway, because I'd be cool with robots taking over the world. I don't fucking care.
No, we'd all be dead. I'll be dead. It's not gonna be pretty, guys.
At least I don't have to go to work tomorrow.
Fuck robots. All right, we are anti-robots.
Robot Big Brother.
No, it's not the same. Robots don't have emotions. It'd all be analytical and like boring as fuck.
I think that'd be more fun. Oh, look, we went an entire season without somebody not starting a fight because somebody didn't say good morning to them.
We can't talk too much Big Brother on this, but
no,
Big Brother,
I know.
Past Your A, bro. If you watch Big Brother, listen to Past Your A, bro. Me, Pat, Emma, and Chris Hogan, former host of Pass the Gravy. We do episode recaps after each episode, Sundays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Tonight, I guess if you're listening on Wednesday, then you've probably missed Big Brother, so don't worry about it. But yeah, this is our Wednesday recording, and we're going to do a second podcast tonight where we recap the episode. It's a lot of fun. You should check it out. And if you watch the show Big Brother, it's for you. If not, then if you want to catch up on Big Brother, Paramount Plus, do that. It's pretty dope, though. I would highly recommend checking out Past Your A, bro. It's pretty. I would say it's the best Big Brother podcast there is, by Past Your A, at least.
Without a doubt.
100%. So fuck robots. That's really all I had to say. Like, really, Boston Dynamics, like, early not cool. Fuck you, Boston Dynamics.
I feel like we're gonna have a lot of years of some cool shit we get with robots before they take over. I'm gonna say
that's where they get you. They make you think that it's cool, and then they're like, and now you're dead.
Think of it this way. I don't think they're gonna take over until at least 2060. So we're gonna be 70 years old. There's nothing worth living for after that age anyway.
I don't know. I feel like the more shit I see, they're doing box jumps and shit.
No, that's what I'm saying though. Like
Shit.
people are like, "Oh, dude, this is gonna happen in 5 years." No, it's not. We're gonna be old by the time it happens, and by then, who gives a shit? Like, yeah, you know, maybe I'll have kids by then. I'll be like, "Oh, I want them to have the world," but
Your problem now, kid.
yeah, right.
You figure it out.
Learn how to fight. Build an EMT. No, wait, that's not it.
It's an EMT, like a
EMP.
ambulance
That's
guy.
it. Robert was about to help me. As soon as I said it, I was like, wait, that's a fucking
Is EMT emergency medical technician?
something like that. Call me emergency medical tech. Tech sounds cooler.
Emergency medical tech is right. You're right. That would be
Yeah. EMP. That's how we see. As long as we keep building better EMPs to take out electronics, it doesn't matter how good the robots are.
emergency medical technician is absolutely, but emergency medical tech.
And
sure.
EMP stands for electromagnetic pulse. Didn't even have to
Look
look that up. I just
at you
know
guys
this.
learning stuff this week. All right, everybody's learning. Let's move along to the What Would Jesus Do segment, brought to you this week by Alamo Remedy CBD, the best CBD available to anybody. If you use our promo code PTG at checkout, you're gonna get 10% off of your order. Pat, we are huge fans of the cucumber melon lotion. Pat's got it up right now. That's why you should watch the video version. Pass the Gravy Pod on YouTube. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's awesome. It smells like yogurt almost, but don't eat it. It doesn't
Smells so good.
and it's not yogurt. Although like no, I'm not gonna. That'd be bad for advertising.
Don't do it.
Like,
Don't do
who
it.
knows what it'll do to the inside of you? If it's good for the outside of you, maybe it's good for the inside. But don't
Oh, no, I bet it's
disavow.
not.
Disavow. We
gonna
have
make
not
you
been told
vomit.
that works by anybody, so don't do that. We'll get in trouble. So please don't make us lose our sponsorship. Robert, we'll cut this part of the podcast. Everybody just pretend y'all didn't hear that part because we're not going to cut that part.
But hear this part. It's fucking great.
It's
Alex,
great.
Have you been using the hack that I gave you about rubbing a little bit on your chest before nighttime?
I have not, dude. I need to. I've been using it on my fucking ankle, bro. My ankle's been giving me a fucking problem. And every day I'll do that. And it's like every other day I just got to reapply. Because it's like the days that I don't, I'm like, why didn't I just do this yesterday? It would have felt a lot better. But it's awesome. You just rub the cucumber melon lotion on there, and I guarantee you'll be feeling better the next day. Helps relieve aches and pains. And then also the gummies, if you're having trouble falling asleep, these are awesome. Maybe start with half a gummy. It'll chill you out. They have the hemp flower that's not weed. It looks like weed. It kind of smells like weed. It chills you out, but it doesn't give you the awkward like paranoia or weirdness that comes with like, you know, you smoking a little hot leaf. Maybe that'll make you feel like you won't, let's just say you won't go to the IHOP and order your eggs well done because you didn't know, you couldn't think of the other ways that eggs are done. Not that I've ever done that, but maybe for a friend. I'm saying that for a friend. The hemp flower is pretty chill, and it does really just relax you, and that's another easy thing to help you fall asleep too. The gummies, if you're worried about flying and stuff like that, my mom loves that for flying, and they also have the capsules that you can just take every morning, and then the tincture oil that you can put under your tongue. It's awesome. Most of the stuff is $17.99. The hemp flower is $19.99. Alamo Remedy CBD at Alamo Remedy and at Alamo Remedy CBD on Instagram and Twitter. Tag them when you get that stuff. Let them know you're supporting the podcast and that you heard about them on Pass the Gravy. And use our promo code PTG at checkout for 10% off your order at AlamoRemedy.com. AlamoRemedy.com, the best CBD in the world and the official sponsor of this week's What Would Jesus Do segment.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a matter of time. If you wrote the jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
Robert's even jamming to the beat right there. Okay. What would Jesus do? If you're new to the podcast, hopefully we have a bunch of new listeners every week. Use the hashtag PTG WWJD to @PassTheGravyPod to submit your What Would Jesus Do submissions. Throw Jesus in a situation in today's times that he might find himself in if he was just like, you know, a guy hanging out here. What kind of situations would Jesus find himself in? Nobody ever answered the WWJDs on like those bracelets. So like we're doing that for you. That's basically our goal here. But at Pass Gray Pod, I'm at Alex J. Milton, Pat's at Not Pat D, and Robert is at Robert Barbosa03. Hashtag PTG WWJD. This week's What Would Jesus Do is from our buddy hold on, let me get to it. Our buddy Brett Brandon. We were just talking about Brett Brandon at Price of a ZJ on Twitter. He says, "What color would Jesus's blood be?" I was told the wine at communion was the blood of Christ. According to Pat, he can make any kind of wine, so I'm assuming his blood can be any color. This was kind of going back to last week's "What would Jesus do?" where I was like, I think you just get what you get. Like maybe it changes, but I think it's just whatever it is. I like to think that Jesus' blood is red because at communion, it was always like grape juice or wine.
I mean, if you look at all of the depictions, all of the statues, he's bleeding red. But then again, in most of those, he's also a white guy. So who fucking knows? Because that wasn't true.
That's true. I guess it's an artist's interpretation. We don't know any answers.
I think it's red, but also if he did change it, what color do you think he would want his blood to be?
Well, if you're drinking what is the body of Christ, I would assume it would be like purple. If it was grape juice, because that's what we drank at church.
I think he'd go green because it's a cool looking blood color. Like in Star Trek when Vulcan's bleed and it's green, that's super fucking dope.
I don't think so. I think it would be like gold if he was really good. I think he's God. He's God's son, you know?
Oh, that's good. I mean, he would probably still just pick red. He'd be like, I don't want to be different. I'm one of you.
I'm one of you. I'm, like you. I'm just like you. From the body, for the body, or whatever they say. You were Catholic, are Catholic, whatever. I don't know. We're not gonna dive into that. But I didn't go to Catholic church and stuff. Like, did they really get wine? Like when you're a kid, do you just get the little sip of wine?
If you wanted, you could. Yeah, if you wanted it, you could.
Or at my churches that I would go to growing up, it was just grape juice for everybody in the little church shot glass. I think. I mean, my parents never liked those.
What are you, a friggin' Protestant?
Methodist and Baptist.
I don't even know if what I said makes any sense.
I don't know what Protestant was either. That's why I just said Methodist, Baptist, or the churches I know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I was trying to make it seem like it was really strict, but I don't know. Actually, in my head, I feel like Baptist would be stricter, but
Latter-day Saints.
I don't know shit about anything other than Catholicism. I mean, I did a couple times just to be what kind
of wine do they get, you think?
I've seen, but it's just whatever.
Do they church brand wine, or is it $2
No.
Trader Joe's?
No, they'll just get whatever wine. I mean, who knows? It might even be donated, but then they just have to have it blessed by a priest, and then it's
Snoop Dogg's wine. That's what you're drinking at communion.
That'd be pretty fucking cool. I don't remember what the fuck we were saying before that now.
Jesus' blood would be red. I think if it wasn't red, it would be purple because that's the color of grape juice.
No, you had asked me something about Catholic. Oh, just about.
Did you drink wine?
Maybe I could probably count on one hand how many times I did it as a kid. It was probably 2 or 3 times where you just go get a little sip. It's the blood of Christ. If you're allowed to do it, it's not a big deal.
And then you get a little cracker.
Yeah,
it was snack time at church for me.
I always do. It's completely and utterly flavorless. Still loved it every time. I was like, snacks.
Yeah, you're like, I'm getting a snack. This is tight.
And then church would keep going after that. But half the time I would just be, Mom, can I go play on the tire swing? And she'd be like, yeah, go on.
Can I go now? Or you don't stop writing on things. I would just get the little where you could put the donations to the church in a little envelope. I would just draw pictures on it and stuff with the little pencil you'd get.
I didn't do that. Oh. I liked playing with the Bibles. We had really nice Bibles at our church. They were good. I would just flip through those.
This has been a riveting conversation, I'm sure. But I think that Jesus' blood would be red.
Yeah.
And if it was not red, it would be purple.
I'm going to say if it's not red, green. What about you, Robert?
I think red.
Yeah.
Or
what if it's not red?
Color?
You need an alternate.
Ooh,
okay. What other colors can you see? So we have to actually break this down real quick. What are the other colors? You can't really see red. So what color is Jesus' blood right now to you?
All right, I'll go with orange then.
Oh,
I think that'd be a good one.
That's a good one. I like
pumpkin spice Jesus.
It's pumpkin spice season.
It'd be Astros orange and Astros blue.
Bearcat.
There you go. That's good.
Great question, Brett.
Jesus would definitely be a Stros fan because he's a good guy.
Maybe. He would be an Angels fan. You guys know that.
No.
Or would it be a White Sox fan?
No, they're cheaters.
All
Black
right,
Sox.
all right,
Black
now,
Sox scandal.
all right, now
We're not
we're
getting
on
into the
this.
Astros. It wasn't a shot at the Astros.
No. Now we're in this. Now I need to know what fan
No,
would
no.
Jesus actually be a?
He's
what
an
team would he
Angels
be a fan
fan.
of?
Did you
I don't
guys not
think
see
so.
Angels in the outfield? Come on.
That's 2 on the nose. It's 2 on the nose.
It's because it was right. Sometimes Disney just does it.
Well, as of 48 hours ago, he would have been a Jaguars fan because Tebow, but now he's not on the team, so I don't
It's a
know.
football team.
I know. I was just
We're
saying.
talking baseball. I'd say he'd
Um,
either be a Padres fan or an Angels fan.
oh, Padres. That's it. Padres.
One of those two.
He'd be a Padres fan. That's 100% what it is.
Or an Angels fan.
Not an Angels fan. 2 on
He
the nose.
literally like helped the Angels win the pennant with the help of his Angels. Like, duh.
It's Padres.
There's a whole movie about this. It would be the Angels, but Padres would probably be a secondary team. We got to move on. Let's go to so that was our What Would Jesus Do segment. Hashtag PTGWWJD to @pass the gravy pod on Twitter. Throw Jesus in a modern day situation, and we'll get to the bottom of it, even if it's weird. Who knows where else we're gonna go? Who knows? Our next segment is the Not Cool segment, brought to you by Southern Star Brewing Company. Pat, tell everybody about the good folks at Southern Star. You get the fucking bombshell pills. I'm so pissed.
Oh, we've been talking about it.
I'm
for weeks,
walking
guys.
away because I'm that mad. I'm leaving the room.
I finally tracked them down. The new bombshell pills. Everyone here has had Pilsners. There's, maybe a Silver Bullet that you might have heard of. That's a Pilsner. Other famous, very well-known brands. They've been doing Pilsners since they started. And God damn it, these guys do it one time and they already passed them. This is one of the best beers I've ever had in my life, Robert. I know you wouldn't know, but they are killing it. It is the first one in their new Bombshell line. So they're going to be doing, they got the Bombshell pills. They're going to use Bombshell as a brand, guys. It's no longer just Bombshell Bond. We're going to get a whole bunch of stuff. And if this is any indication, they're all going to be fucking home runs. All right. But, they don't just have the Bombshell brand. They got, you like IPAs? We got Conspiracy Theory. We also have the Juicy IPA. The, oh my God, Robert. I just went blank. We'll circle back to that one. You like something a little bit darker? We got the Buried Hatchet Stout. Of course, like I said, Bombshell Strawberry Bombshell Blonde. Personal favorite of everyone here on the podcast. You want a little bit more citrusy like that? Maybe a mimosa. That's your kind of drink. You're not really into beer. Bam, Southern Brunch. I guarantee you'll like it. Whatever you like, whatever you don't like. You don't like beer? We'll find a beer that likes you. Actually, I like that. Doesn't really make sense, but I like that saying. That's a new Pat thing. We'll find a beer that likes you. Beer doesn't agree with you, we'll find a beer that agrees with you. Southern Star, guys, we say it every week. If you're still not drinking Southern Star, I don't know what to tell you. You're living life worse than I am, and that's a pretty low fucking bar. But I tell you, my bar is pretty high when I'm drinking Southern Star. Alex, Subatomico just came to me. Subatomico, that's the Juicy IPA.
Subatomico Juicy IPA.
By the way, guys who just saw me look down at my phone, no, I was getting on Facebook to look up what events they have coming up. I did not cheat on that. It just came to me.
Didn't cheat.
But for those of you that want to try the Bombshell pills, apparently it's around. It's still hard to find. The only place I found it was at the HEB on Bunker Hill. If you're in the area, go there. Actually, when I went there, I only saw 2 6-packs and I bought them both. Kind of a shitty move by me. I'm sorry.
No. I think once you go past 2, then that's getting shitty. If there's 3 things left, everybody's allowed to get so sometimes you double up on 2s. You can double up on something, and that's their problem. If there's 3 left and you take all 3, then I think that's more of an asshole move.
I kind of felt bad though, because I was like, I tell Alex all the time not to buy multiples. You always gotta leave one for the next guy. It's new and I can't find it, needed it.
So ones I like, I'm taking them.
Yeah, so
the best place to really get a Bombshell pills, though, I would say, if you can't find it, 3525 North Fraser Street up in Conroe, the brewery itself. Tell them, hey, yo, I'm part of the Gravy Gang. They'll be like, oh, and there's a Pass the Gravy flag in the tap room there. They're like, okay, come on over here. We got, and it's like you're basically like in an exclusive club once you tell them you're in the Gravy Gang, and like they'll take care of you. All right, they'll take good care of you. Be like, where's Keith? I'm Gravy Gang. What's up, dude? And I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Southern Star has something for everybody. It's the best beer ever. That's why they are the sponsor of Pass the Gravy. And Pass the Gravy bro related, I think that there may be, not to blow anything up, not to break any news or anything, but potentially there could be a finale night watch party at Southern Star Brewing Company for Pass the Gravy bro. So maybe that comes along for another podcast we have going on. But Southern Star, they're the best. We love Southern Star. They roll out the red carpet whenever we ask them to do anything. Like, we're like, hey, can you guys make us a beer? They're like, yeah. Can it be called Darling Like a Marlin? Yeah. I'm drinking one of the final. I found another 6-pack of Darling Like a Marlin last week after I said I thought it was on my last 2. It was like, I don't know. It was one of the best feelings in the world. One of the best feelings. Like, oh, there's 6 more. Fuck yes. So now there's like 6 more left. So we're good. But Southern Star Brewing Company, best beer in the entire world, at Southern Star Brewing Co., at Southern Star BC on Twitter and Instagram. Give them a follow. Let them, if you're drinking a Southern Star, tag us, let them know you're supporting the people supporting the podcast.
And if you want to add a little culture into your life, go up there this Saturday, guys. That's August 21st. There's emo night and an art show. Local artists.
Culture.
There's going to be art supply drive.
Hi, Sam.
It says, hi, Sam. Michael H. Draper art show, other local artists. It says art supply drive, so I'm guessing some sort of charity aspect to that. Maybe helping out teachers get art supplies, something like that. Maybe it's just the kids, but yeah, always go out and help when you can. And then also look forward to, not a great day in this country's history. September 11th, they have Gains for America, another event coming up. It's an event by Casualties of War Houston, so another charity. And then September 18th, chili cook-off.
Okay, September 18th. That's a month from now.
Saturday.
Okay, it's a month from now. I'm gonna try and get to Southern Star before then. Obviously, if I can't, the cook-off, we're going. Okay, Pat, we're making fucking plans to go. I'm going to the cook-off. Okay, figure it out, Pat. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. Figure it out.
I can't promise. I should be able to
figure it out.
I'm pretty sure I can.
Dude,
work my way into
season.
that.
They'll have some football in the tap room. I'm sure we can be eating chili, watching football, like being men. Just being guys, being dudes. That's what Southern is about. Guys and gals, just being dudes and chicks. Just being you, hanging out, chillaxing.
God, I got to get up there soon. I miss those guys.
Good vibes.
Keith, Angel, Dave, all of you. Love you guys.
They're the best.
Everybody up
there.
there.
Like an amateur wrestling venue now. There's wrestling there all the time.
Right, crazy. Like it's the coolest building in the world right now.
They literally just they're the best. Everything you could ever think of has probably been done at Southern Star. Like those guys are the shit. That's why we love Southern Star. Okay.
You know what? I might have to drive by tomorrow. I'll trade you one of these pills for one of them.
Darlings.
Is it for one of the Darlings? We'll do a trade.
We could trade.
Or maybe
a beer trade.
Maybe after work, you just come by for lunch. We'll swap a beer there.
I do that.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll just swing by the restaurant. Maybe crack a few there. The restaurant loves me. I tweet all the time. I post all the time on Instagram.
Yeah, like
so we bullied his restaurant that he manages into posting pictures of Pat with food all the time now, and it's really funny. Like everybody's like, "Where's Pat? Is that Pat? Is this Pat? Where's Pat? Why is Pat not there?" And then whenever they're like, "This is what we need. This is what the people need," and then we just comment on how sexy Pat is.
I didn't even know this was going on. And like a couple days ago, 2 of the employees came up to like, "Oh, look who's famous! I saw you online the other day." And I was like, "What, did you see a podcast thing?" They're like, "No, Sam's posting pictures of you." I had no fucking idea. Didn't tell me.
You knew you were getting pictures taken of you.
Okay, so it wasn't supposed to be me. We had our social media girl come in and she was taking pictures, and I was running food to a table, and she stopped me. And I was holding it in my arm. I thought she was just taking pictures of my arm. I didn't know she actually got me in the shot.
Hold on. Jonathan's at Jonathan's the Rub Campbell Place on Instagram. Anytime you see a picture, just be like, did Pat make that? Include Pat somehow in it. Be like, did Pat make that salad? Is that what Pat did? Where's Pat? Is that Pat in the back? And then whenever they post Pat, just be super excited.
Yeah, so that's what it was. It was, yeah, I was running it and I was holding it out and she's like, well, you got to smile. And I was like, oh, fuck, you're putting me in this too. And then honestly, completely forgot about it until people started coming up to me saying I was on there. But God damn it, I look good as usual.
Oh, that's it too. Shout out to everybody that's keeping that going though.
And if you guys come by the restaurant, we carry bombies. Might be carrying these pills soon too if we can get our hands on them.
Hell yeah. Sunstar Brewing Company. There's a lot of things that are not cool in this world, but Sunstar Brewing Company is definitely one of the coolest things. Let's get to our not cool segment, which is basically where we just vent about, like, I started the podcast a long ass time ago, and this was just like one of the first segments where I was just like, I just want to bitch about stuff, but I don't have a real, like, instead of like figuring out a way to get to bitching about that specific thing, I'm just going to say it's the not cool of the week. That's what we did. It can be stubbing your toe. It can be getting run over by a train. Like, those are varying degrees of not cool. Whatever happens to you throughout the week that makes you say, hey, man, that's not cool. Hit us up on Twitter at Pass2APod. Use the hashtag PTG not cool. That's how we get to those. This is the not cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
I'll go first. Let me pull up my page where I got this written down because for some reason I don't write it down on the prep sheet. So, first of all, just weather. Before we started the podcast, like right before we started, I had to reset my internet, so I was worried it was going to be one of those days where I'm in and out connection style. Thank God that hasn't happened, but that sucked. Also, during this podcast, if you're watching the video version, you're probably wondering when we did the Bee's Knees promo, why did I hold up the Alamo Remedy product instead? Well, it's because they're both circles and I'm a fucking idiot and it took about 15 seconds to register. So then to compensate at the beginning of the Alamo Remedy, I held up Bee's Knees for a second. That was on purpose the second time. My third one is I finally watched XXX, The Return of Xander Cage the other day, or was it 2 nights ago? I live tweeted it, but of course nobody saw it because this was at like 2:30 in the morning.
It's a perfect time to tweet things.
I'll retweet the thread that I did. Oh my God, this might be the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. If you have not seen XXX,
never saw it.
The Return of Xander, did you see the original?
Nope.
Oh man, the original's fucking great. Perfect, just action movie. Just turn off your brain, enjoy the action. This is gonna be fun. We're gonna blow shit up. We're gonna do cool action scenes. Awesome. Then there was a second one they made with Ice Cube. And I didn't see that one, but I heard that one was really bad. But finally, they made this one. And I remember when they announced they're making it, I was like, sweet, they're making another like true XXX. I got all excited and never watched it. Finally, I watched it. Dude, by the first or like second scene, I was like, oh no.
But you stuck with it the whole time.
And by the way, I knew when I started the movie, I was like, I should be going to bed right now. I should not be doing this.
Dude, that's the worst.
Because like I said, it was I stayed up till 4 watching this fucking movie. But I was like, I gotta do it. I got it. And I kept pausing it to fucking like live tweet this shit. I actually find the live thread kind of funny because it was just like the entire time I'm like, why? Why are you doing it? Like, this is the worst writing. And I was like, oh, look, they're doing the exact same speech in this movie that they did in the first movie. Like, man, this is ridiculous. And it takes zero effort to entertain me in a movie. A movie doesn't have to be good for me to like it. This movie was so fucking bad, I hated it. I haven't hated a movie in a long... The Grudge 2 was the last movie I saw and hated. But that was pretty much because I spent money on it to see it in theaters. And I wanted to watch something else, but the group made me go there. This piece of shit had the worst writing I've ever seen. Like, towards the end, the final fight scene was cool. Every other moment of that movie was awful in the worst awful imaginable way you could. Like, they had cool people. They had Michael Bisping, UFC fighter. They had Ruby Rose. She's a badass. They had Tony Jaa, who not a lot of people know, but he's
Jaws.
No, he's
he played a shark.
What was that movie where they like stole his elephant so he kicked everyone's ass? He's a martial artist. It's not in English. He's fucking awesome. And then they had I can't remember the actor's name, but he's the guy that played It Man. IPMAN. He's a
IT man. Are you sure?
Donnie. I fucking hate you.
Donnie Darko.
Donnie Yen or something.
Brasco.
So great. He was the only one. Him and Vin. Vin was okay. Like his acting wasn't bad, and Donnie's wasn't bad. Everything else about this movie was fucking awful. So I sat up for an hour and a half, just got even drunker watching this and live tweeted this. I was like, why? Why am I fucking doing this to myself right now? Holy shit, dude. Like it. The only plus side is, you know me, I like being miserable. I like being angry at things. So at least I had something to direct my anger for a fucking little while. But mother of God, that is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how that got greenlit. The like NSA agent or whatever, that's his like contact. Absolutely horrible acting. Like, I don't think she should ever get another acting job.
Wow.
It was so fucking bad.
Trying to keep women out of the workplace.
And granted, part of it is writing. Part of it is writing. Even Sam Jackson was bad in it. That's how bad and just predictable his roles were. Or his
motherfucker bunch?
No. But it was just like,
that would have been predictable to me.
Everything that you did to recruit him in the first movie, we're going to have you repeat this to another guy. But turn up the cheeseball factor by 1,000 and turn down the writing by like 8,000. And also we're going to have you like repeat some of the same shit that you said in the first one. So we're just going to fill a scene and it's going to be really bad. Also, the guy that you're trying to recruit is fucking Neymar. Yes, the Brazilian soccer star, he's trying to recruit to be a secret goddamn agent. And Neymar at one point, they do like a test where like somebody breaks into there. He kicks a goddamn napkin holder across the restaurant to hit the guy in the head to knock him out. Are you fucking kidding me?
Like theoretically, Neymar would probably be good at that. Kicking stuff.
Probably not. Probably not going to kick a hard ass napkin holder 30 feet across a restaurant to knock out a guy holding a gun to a woman's head.
But also a secret agent, like one of the last people I would expect to be a secret agent would be Neymar.
It was, oh my God.
Point.
Everything about this movie was the worst thing you could possibly think of a movie being. And so I thought I threaded this, but it doesn't really look like a thread. It kind of is.
He's like, I just tweeted and fell asleep and dreamed that I tweeted the rest of it. I wrote it on a napkin somewhere.
Oh yeah, here it is. So I'm gonna retweet the thread now for anyone that wants to see it. Just read the thread. You don't need to watch the movie. Or if you're like me, you enjoy being fucking miserable and you hate yourself for some reason, watch the movie. It's the worst experience you'll ever have.
All right.
Yeah.
Solid.
So
solid, not cool, Pat.
I needed to get that off my chest.
No, I get it. That's what this segment's
pissed me off that bad.
Robert, what's your not cool this week, buddy?
I have a bunch of tape on my floors. So
like
take it off?
Yeah. Like masking tape or like marking tape to like mark spots?
Yes, like marking tape. So I was talking to Alex before the podcast that we don't have a dining table, a proper dining table and chairs. So we're in the market for some, and we're getting sizes so we know like, oh, is this going to fit here? And so Sam is apparently a very visual person. So it's not enough just to have the measuring tape. She gets actual tape and marks it on the floor for all the tables and stuff. And this was last week. It's still there.
Well, is the table there yet?
No.
Well, then, yeah, you need it.
If she can hear him talking about it, I could hear her laughing in the background.
We don't need it anymore because it doesn't matter. We already saw that the tables will fit.
But what if she's also writing like a screenplay, and these are just like, you know, like I think it's blocking directions or whatever it is, like for a play. It's like, yeah, so you're gonna go to this part, you're gonna go to this spot, and you stand like, so it's like two birds, one stone. Maybe that's what she's trying to do. Have you asked her that yet? Like, are you trying to write a play?
No, I have not asked her that.
I would ask that because that seems like a next question. And then if she said actually yes, then you're like, okay, it makes sense.
I don't think she is.
But if not, then maybe we take this tape up. I don't know. Yeah,
the tape's just been on the floor for like the past week and a half.
This is one of those things, like moving in with the old lady. You know, you pick or choose. You know, I feel like we've both been pretty lucky. Like tape is one of the things that like your girls are like, that's probably on the lower end of the spectrum of like, I'm not going to get that mad, but like, yeah, it's like, this is weird. This is like, I'm not used to living with you. Why do we do this?
Yeah, but now it's like a game of chicken. Like, I'm not gonna pick it up. Are you gonna pick it up?
Y'all are doing like what like a lot of people do with the trash, where it's like if I can keep stacking the trash and it doesn't fall over, I don't have to take it out. This isn't on me, but
with
it's just tape. That's a
like
pretty
it.
solid. It's a pretty
because
solid
now you
one.
can visual, and now that the tape's there, you know exactly where to put the table. You don't have to worry about when
You should
bring
start
it in and put
eating
it
where
down.
the tape is.
But yeah, like sit on the ground
Like
and
sit on the
eat,
floor.
like
I
a
mean, eating on a
Japanese
table,
restaurant.
excuse me.
But now you know where to put the table. You don't have to go, oh, should it go a little farther this way, a little farther? No, you've already taped it out. Just line up the table to the tape and then pull up the tape.
And when the table gets there, be like, we're not moving this. Like this is where the tape was. It's here. We're not moving it to the left. We're not moving it to the right. We're not moving it forward or backwards. It's here.
And
Permanent.
then actually, you don't take out the tape. Leave the tape there. Think,
Oh,
oh,
so you'll always know where it goes.
In case we bump the table, we know where to reset it to.
It's actually a great idea.
Just live in a garbage house.
Or a tape house.
Yeah,
We're talking
you're
about
not a trap
houses, not tape houses.
You beat me to it, you asshole.
I bees in the tape. I bees in the tape. She can be your tape queen. Call her that.
That's fucking good.
Did you have any more not cools?
No, that's my big
I haven't-
problem right now.
I have another one.
Add on to it.
I just reread through my thread, shitting on Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage, and the last two tweets. I kept hitting just add to thread, but for some reason the last two tweets are just tacked on to like the third tweet. So like the last two, if you just go to my page after you see it and just scroll up and look at them there, and like start from the bottom and scroll up, you'll see them. But the last two are just for some reason commented in the middle of the thread instead of just added to the thread. It's the first thread I've ever done. I don't understand it.
I'm new to this.
I'm blaming Twitter for their update where everything's weird and is crazy now.
There was a new update. Yeah, and there was like the font's weird. I was like, I can't tell a difference at all.
I couldn't tell a difference either.
And they're like, well,
I can't anymore.
It's running at all. I'm like, I mean,
things are bolded. Things that were once blue are now black. Now when it says you're following someone, it used to be white when you followed it, and dark, like in a blue when you unfollowed them. But now no, what was it? When you followed them, it was blue. When you didn't follow them, it was white. Now, when you don't follow them, it's black, and you do, it's white. Like they just like reverse shit. So it's confusing. It was the most unnecessary edit of all time. None of these changes need to be made.
I get upset over it though.
No, I got upset for like 4 minutes, but that's just because I like being mad at things. We've discussed this.
Right. Okay, let me get started on my not cools. First, this is like the easiest one, I guess. Just when you finish a season of a show that you like and you want more of that show and it's not there. Like Lil Dicky's show Dave, just like the season finale of season 2 last week, and I watched the finale on Friday. It was just like, all right, dude, I can't wait. Oh, there's not gonna be another episode next week. It's like, damn it, now I gotta wait for season 3 to be shot, edited, and put out. And it's like when you finish a show, you don't realize you just finished the show on Netflix. And you're like, damn it, there's no next up. It's just suggesting other shit. Like that's the worst. And it's kind of like, I got that.
I had that with Ted Lasso season 1 yesterday. We finished it last night.
No, you still have season 2 though.
But season 2 is going on right now, so it's the opposite of what Alex is going through.
Oh, so you hesitated your own brain. You were like, oh no, oh wait, I didn't have it.
Exactly.
Dude, Ted Lasso though, you're still in? You're in on it?
I'm in on it.
It's like he's a great guy. The dart scene, right? You're like that. If that hadn't sold you on it, you're like, okay, I'm in on Ted Lasso now. I was already sold, but like to everybody, like wait till the dart scene. I'm not gonna explain. That's all I need to say. The dart scene, and then if you don't like the dart scene, then like, okay, tune out.
I got to find a way to watch that. But I actually did this to myself twice last night, Alex. So as you know, I've been watching Workaholics.
It was triple X.
And no, that was 2 days ago. So the last 3 nights, this is also one. I went to bed at 4, and then last night was 5 o'clock, which was really dumb.
I was up for work the next day.
I almost texted you when I went to bed.
You should.
But, I should have. But so I was watching Workaholics, and all of a sudden, with like 3 minutes left in the episode, they just start saying things where I'm like, oh, no, this is the series finale. No. And sure enough, yeah, it was the series finale. And I was like, God damn it. I was like, oh, well, you know what? I still have a little bit left in me. I'll watch Dave because I got to finish that. But then once I started, I had to finish the season. I was like 4 episodes behind. So that's why I was up till 5 because I just had to keep watching Dave. Yeah.
Dude, so good, right?
I fucking love that show.
It's so good. And it's like smart, but also like dumb and heartfelt, like shit jokes and like dick jokes. But then like, you're like, oh, wow, that was talking about mental health.
But then like, oh shit, he's going through a real fight with like his best friend, which everybody's done that shit. And then it happens like every fight you have with your best friend. You guys are really fucking pissed off at each other.
Super personal, and then you're just like, okay,
and then the dumbest shit happens, and you both just start laughing, and you're not in a fight anymore.
Right.
Like,
Dave, fucking like Ted Lasso, Dave, 2 best shows on TV.
I want more music from Little Dicky, but if I had to choose more Dave or music,
I love Dave. Dude, it's so good. I just want more. I want more. And that was my not cool for like great season finale of season 2. I think a lot of people thought season 2 started a little slow. It was weird.
I love the whole thing
too, but just fucking like Lil Dicky's so good at everything he does. Like
he's the best.
New music. I think he's doing new music then this season, which just means we're gonna have to wait longer. But
which I'm assuming because there was like bits of new music in the season.
Like, but I don't know if that's his new music or that's the character's new music. That's my whole
thing. Which part of it, like he had the Allie song, which was basically the show's version of Molly. So that, of course,
if you go listen to the lyrics in that, I don't want to get too deep into a discussion of Dave. If you listen to the lyrics in Molly, like he does exactly all of the stuff that he does with Allie in that.
Yeah, but of course, like as I'm watching that season, I had to pause it to listen to his cipher, and then I had to pause it to listen to Molly.
And like, Andrew Santino, his agent, his manager, fucking hilarious comedian. If you don't know who Andrew Santino is, fucking check his shit out. But
everybody on that show is
awesome.
perfect.
It's nails all the way through. Robert, you've not seen Dave. Definitely would recommend you checking it out. I don't know if it's for you, but I think you'll appreciate like the weirdness of it and like everything else it encapsulates. It's like smart, intelligent, like relatable to a lot of stuff, and then like I don't know. You're not a millennial. He's like it's very millennial related, where it's just like I don't know. You should check it out after Ted Lasso. I'm glad you're on Ted Lasso.
I think if you just powered through just the overtly like filthy stuff, like his lyrics and everything. And so if you got to like season 3 or 4, or not season 3, episode 3 or 4, when all of a sudden like it's comedy, and then bam, they hit you with a serious episode. You're like, oh fuck, this show's really good.
And every time he has like a rap, I'm like, I fucking where is that song? Where's the full version of that song? I want to fucking song slaps.
You're just gonna power through 2.5, 3 episodes of dick jokes, and then you're like, fuck, this isn't just a funny show. It's a great show. I love the Benny Blanco episode.
It was great, but it was weird.
It's very weird.
If your friend came over and that was the first experience they had watching Lil Dicky's show, they would not be a huge fan of it. But I was already bought in on it, so it's fine. All right. My other not cool is fantasy football. This is gonna be a controversial not cool. It's fantasy football. I enjoy playing fantasy football, but it's just like the draft part. Like Pat gets off on fantasy football drafts. It's a burden, it's a hassle, it's a chore, and it's like, God damn it. Like, I dropped out of a fantasy league, my work fantasy league that I was in forever. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to do it this year, guys. I got a lot of things on my plate. And I am the commissioner of one league where now I have to schedule a date for a draft. And that's just like, I love all the guys in there, but it's like, all right, I do these things on these days. What can we fit around here? And it was like, well, I'm going to be out of town this weekend. Okay, can we do it at like 2 a.m. at this? No, okay, no. This is going to be the date we do it. We all just need to either you can phone in or you can do it live, whatever. I don't know. Like, Just having to set up draft times, having to fit like whenever like you're in another league and you're not the commissioner and they're like, hey, our draft is this day. You like look at the schedule, like, fuck, I have a meeting at this time. I need to be here by this play. Like it's always like it always conflicts with other shit and you just have to work around it. I just don't like the stress of fantasy football. And then I no matter what you're doing in a fantasy football draft, halfway through, you're just like, I fucking hate myself. Like I'm the biggest idiot ever. This is the dumbest team ever. I fucking hate that. Or you feel like you're knocking it out of the park and that's how you know you're not going to be good that season.
Bro, I'm good every year.
Time I've ever thought I did a great draft, I fuck up all the time. Whenever I've been like, this is fucking garbage. This is trash. I'm never going to, like, why did I draft these guys? My team wins. That's how it works. So what my plan this year is just to draft everybody that I hate, not a Cowboy or an Eagle though. I've still never drafted a Cowboy or Eagle. You got to take emotion out of it. Now, see, I haven't drafted a Bear in a long time because there's been no Bears offensive weapons worth drafting really, except for Allen Robinson, and even then you're like, hey, his quarterback sucks. I love it. I love Cowboys. Like their quarterback sucks. I love my team every time. And usually after the draft ends, I'll drop somebody, like within 5 minutes, I'll drop somebody that I drafted and pick up somebody that's in free agency just because I'm like, ooh, I actually like him more. You're the worst guy in the fantasy league. They didn't pass the guy like day 2. He's like, hey, I sent you a trade request. You're like, we just drafted yesterday.
No, here's the thing.
Like,
I don't trade.
Well, what about this guy? What if we trade this guy for this guy?
Dude, both of my leagues, nobody trades because nobody trusts each other. Everyone, because I can't send a trade that I think is fair to the other guy. In my brain, if I send a trade request, I'm sending that I think I'm getting the upper hand.
Trade requests I get, I just send back again.
I've
made trades.
I'm not trade R-wording people. I'm not doing that. But I will send a trade where I'm like, maybe he's dumb enough to accept this.
People.
Yeah, like
RIPing people.
I'm like, you know, this isn't overtly awful for them. But also, like, it'd be dope for me if they took this and kind of dumb for him if he took it. But also, like, you could justify it.
My work league was, like, cool, and I had won it before, and it was just, like, I don't know, like it would always be, like, a sales guy's like, hey, dude, you know what we should talk about? Like, I got an idea that could, like, help your team and my team. Like, you're never looking out for my team. Fuck you. And they'd send me, like, a trade request, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. You want, like, a running back from me? All right, well, now I want your starting quarterback, your second and third string running back, your starting and backup receivers. Like I would just submit a ridiculous like counter offer. And it's like, yeah, I'm not going to trade you. Like, fuck you. I don't want to do this.
I have like,
I just get too defensive where I'm just like, no, what are you trying to pull on me? What do you know? What do you know?
I'm just and this is a good idea for a shirt. I just came up waiver wire warrior. That's what I am.
WWW. That's what the WWW stands for when you type in websites.
But back to your original not cool. I actually this year was pretty not stressful for me. My one league, we set it very quickly. Like we're like, does this day work for people?
I'm still figuring out draft dates, dude.
I got two and they're set already. One of them, I was like, listen, guys, I work all day Sunday. But if we do it after 2:00, I can clock out for like an hour and a half and do the draft. And everyone else was like, cool, 2:30, bam, we're set and done. My other one, this is a pain in the ass. Every single year, like the time that you do your draft is supposed to be after the games are done week 4. I think they usually finish up on Saturday.
Well, now we don't have 4 weeks. We have 3 weeks now.
Now it's week 3. But like you do it Sunday or you do it Monday. And that's just easy. Everything's done. There's no more players to get injured. Bam,
or the Wednesday before the Thursday opener. I've done
there's like 1 or 2 guys in my league that every year, I don't know why they schedule it this weekend. Like you could do it the weekend before. It's so frustrating. They either go to Mexico or they go to Vegas that weekend when we're supposed to be having the draft. So then we have to schedule around them for the fantasy football draft that we've all been in for like fucking 8 years. Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
And it's so frustrating that like, guys, we could just do it over the weekend. It's simple. But, oh, yeah, dude, I'm in Cancun that weekend. Why?
Make them draft in Cancun. Just do that.
Like, what the fuck? Go 1 week earlier. Just go 1 week earlier and make this simple. So now we're drafting on a fucking Thursday, and this is my biggest fear, my biggest pet peeve. Now I'm going to draft somebody, and they're going to get hurt in week 4 of the preseason. And I'm going to throw a fucking, like, you guys better hope that doesn't happen.
I've had that happen. Jamal Charles.
I'll take
Jamal
the
Charles,
entire
the
not cool
year he tore his ACL,
happens.
I drafted him 5 minutes before in a fantasy draft, and I was watching the preseason game. He tore his ACL in. I was like, God damn it, we just took him in the second round.
Didn't OJ do that with somebody last year?
OJ, I don't believe any of his fantasy teams because he has every single player that's ever played. Like he's like, oh, Matt Stafford, man. He had like 87 quarterbacks last year. Like every quarterback that did anything was on his fantasy team. And it's like you either have a million fantasy teams or you're lying. And I don't know if I believe any. Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam. What else is OJ gonna do but just join fantasy teams? With random
or steal,
allegedly
proven.
Murder
or steal, proven.
Yeah, no, dude. Like, I guarantee you, if we sent out an email to OJ Simpson, like, dude, we're putting together a fantasy team. Here's our podcast. We can get you on and like boost your. He'd be like, yeah, I'm in.
Which brings me to my next thing. Fantasy football is not cool, but since I am out of a league, I thought about it.
Me too.
I thought about it.
I don't want to, but I thought too.
Maybe we do a pass. Maybe I'm open to the idea of a pass to gravy fantasy football league, but I do not want to be commissioner. I am not going to be commissioner. I am not going to be in charge of any of that shit. Who wants to be fucking commissioner of our fucking fantasy league? You hit us up on Twitter at PassYourAPod. Let us know. We'll fucking make a 12 team, no keepers.
Oh, I'm out now.
What?
12 team sucks. 10 team all day.
Oh, so you can like it's not even fair when it's 10 teams. Like cool, you have 90 like
10
12 teams
is the
hard.
perfect amount. 10
we have
team
more
is the
than
perfect
10
amount.
people in the gravy gang. All right, 10
We
to
have
12.
we have more than 12
12
people in the gravy gang. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, we should have it open to more people is what I'm saying.
Here's where the contention comes into the episode.
Well, if you and I are in it, that's only 10 spots that are open.
If we did it,
so that's
8
8 spots that are
because it's for the gravy gang. I hate 12 team though. I fucking hate it.
16 team league.
Oh, that I'm definitely
it's
out.
all backups. We're all playing backups.
I think Todd and maybe Brandon were already putting something together.
If it doesn't happen, I'm fine being in 2 leagues. I'm fine being in only 2 leagues.
I don't want to be in 3.
It's awesome every Thursday not having to do it. But I've been in 3 for a while. Hi Sam. It's just like it. Like I don't know. If it was past the gravy and I don't have to be in charge of it, if somebody else is in charge of it, if it's through ESPN, I will do it.
Oh no, I'm all Yahoo. I'm not getting a new app. I'm not getting a new one.
ESPN's the best.
All right, so this is already falling apart. No, I've always been Yahoo. All I do is
Robert
Yahoo.
also has to be in it. So because I would love to just see Robert just draft.
No.
He's just random Texans players.
I take the
Robert can only draft Texans players.
My friend has been trying to get me to do baseball fantasy for.
Oh, it's the worst.
Baseball is hell. It's hell. I did 1 year of fantasy baseball, and I want to kill myself because like you forget that you have a team for 4 weeks out of the summer, and you're like, oh god, now I got blown out in all of these because I didn't change pitchers when it used to be every single day. Fantasy football at least is like now it's like 3 days a week max. You got to check that lineup. But like fantasy baseball is every single day. Like, well, my pitcher only got 6 innings. He's only allowed. Like, I hated it. It was terrible.
Yeah, I did 1 year. I drafted my team. I never changed anything. At the All-Star break, I was in first place, and I think I stopped looking before the All-Star break. And then I had like 4 injuries, and then I think I finished in last because by the All-Star break, I was like, dude, I'm done with this. All my players are hurt. I don't care.
It's dumb.
Dude, it's like fantasy football is great. It's 17 weeks. But
I don't know. I get burned out on fantasy football fast now.
But like you said,
now that you can just gamble on it, I would rather do that.
See, that's fun too. But like, it's really like Saturdays you got to pay attention, and a little bit for Sunday and Thursday and Monday. Fantasy baseball is every single fucking day. That's too much, and it's for 4 months.
It's the worst. But if anybody wants to be a commissioner of our fantasy team, ESPN.
I'll consider it because I love the Gravy Gang, but
you already have an ESPN account probably too.
Oh, I do. I have ESPN Plus, but like now
so
I gotta
then
get
you're in.
By the way, if it's one of those leagues where ESPN just rounds all the points up to the like no decimals, not doing it.
You're a decimal guy? I hate that.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Earn your point. You don't round it up. It's like you either get 23 points or you don't get 23 points. I fucking hate it when people are like, oh, well, it was 127.6 against 100.3.
If
like, this
you
isn't
win,
a fucking radio station. This is
if
a fucking,
you win,
you get the full number, or you don't get the full number.
If you win against me and my team had like, my players had like 48 extra yards than you did, but decimals don't count. That's bullshit.
Fantasy football. You get 4.9. You get 49 yards. It's 4 points. That's 4 points. You don't get 5 points. to get
It's
50 yards,
4.9.
dude.
Why are we not counting stats? This
Because
is sports. All we
this
do
is
is
a
stats.
participation
All we do
trophy
is
thing.
stat. It's not. If you rush for 49 yards, do you
Get
get
every
49
10
yards or
yards.
do you get 4 yards?
We're
40
not
yards.
gonna like fantasy. This is what I hate about fantasy football. You get in these arguments. Fantasy football is not cool, but having said that, I will be in a passive fantasy football league if I don't have to manage it, and it's on ESPN. And the draft is at an online location. It's just like we can just do it, chill. You know,
If there's not decimal yardage, I'm
and
out.
the buy-in's not $1,000. All right, I'm down for.
I would cap
are my
it
guidelines.
at like 50.
50 to 100. I'm down for.
I've already got 2 other leagues I'm paying. I would say 50.
I'm in a league
talked into 100.
that pays 500 and a league that pays 50.
Okay, Mr. Moneybags.
Well, my dad also splits half of it with me. So.
I'm 125 are my 2 leagues because apparently there's
the one that
somebody
I
in
got
my,
out of was 250. So like I'm that's like
the
I'm up to
$25
250
league
maybe.
has the only person in the world that's cheaper than me in it, so we couldn't even get him into $50.
All right.
Shout
At
out
Pat
Tyler
Pod, at
Thompson.
Alex J. Milton, at not Pat DN. If you want to, and at Robert Barbosa 03, if you want to hit us up for fantasy football stuff. I'm not going to be the commissioner. All right. Just make it easy on me.
I believe it was Alex DM me already about his team. You guys want to send me your team? Want to get my opinion on it? I'll fucking do that shit all day.
Pat will talk about your fantasy team. I don't want to talk about your fantasy.
People always say people don't give a shit about your fantasy. I do. I love fantasy football. Love it.
But the people that don't care, like that's just fingers on a chalkboard.
DM me though.
On a chalkboard.
DM it. Nobody wants to see it on the timeline. DM it and I'll talk to you about it.
And if you see them talking about it on the timeline, like nobody fucking cares about your fantasy team.
I care.
Let's get to the answers segment where you send us any questions that you have at the high thought, just something you thought of. You got relationship advice you'd like, any questions you have at all. Hashtag PTG answers. You give us the questions. We give you the answers. Hashtag PTG answers at Pass Great Pod. I'm at Alex J. Milton. Pat's at not Pat D. And Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. It's brought to you by littlemshop.com. Little EM shop. It's got a little of this, a little of that. You get free shipping on all orders over $10 or more. They have all kinds of awesome stuff. My favorite stuff that's like new, relatively new in the store is their t-shirts. The always late, the don't talk to me, just okay, main character, weird, millennial, and pretty smart. Also, there's one that just says tired on it. Awesome t-shirts, super comfortable t-shirts. You can get them at littlemshop.com. Alex O, podcast legend, has he ordered from Little M not too long ago. Shout out to him. He's awesome. We got awesome keychains. They got air fresheners. He was ordering some air fresheners, the best air fresheners in the world. I like the out of this world design and the rad one. Those are the 2 most popular right now in the store. But head over to littlemshop.com. They got stickers. They got planners. They got t-shirts. They got mirrors, like makeup mirrors for all the ladies. They got a little bit of everything for everybody. Littlemshop.com, littlemshop.com, the official sponsor of our answers segment.
Well, if you just answered the question, why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Hi, Sam.
Any questions?
Sam was walking by. I had to say it. All right, let's start with our podcast son, Skylar Lester. Skylar says, everyone's heard about Area 51, but what about areas 1 through 50 and areas 52 and onward? Why don't we hear about them? Well, Skylar, I would say because aliens. Hey, Sam. I would say because aliens haven't been in any of them that we know of, at least. Is that your tape?
That's the tape.
That's the tape. This is the culprit.
She put it all in here. Multiple strips here.
Oh, she took all of it up?
She picked it up.
Oh, are you in trouble? Robert's in the doghouse.
You're such a bully, dude.
Dude, Robert, how could you be mean to Sam like that?
Did you have to mansplain to her like about that? That was really rude. You just, I want her to know that I was on her side. I'm team tape.
I'm team tape as well, actually.
Yeah, I guess.
Hashtag team tape.
I have to put it back on the floor.
You should just replace it where it was.
Wait,
and then when she acts like she took it up, like, no, you didn't. Just
I was
deny
gonna-
it.
I was gonna say wait till she's asleep and do it, but she probably just heard you say that you're gonna do it. So
Nope.
it doesn't
Nope. Doesn't matter.
She's not in the office anymore. She maybe not.
Dude,
won't.
that would be funny if you wait till she goes to sleep and then you retape the floor.
And she's like, I
Or-
thought I typed this out. No, you
or-
didn't. What are you
or-
talking
or-
about? She thinks she
or-
dreamt it.
Or just do it in a sweet way, like use the tape to write like "I love you" on the floor or something. Get yourself some boyfriend points.
That's
there
cool.
you go.
That'd be a good one. Okay.
Or
what happened?
write
All right.
hashtag team tape.
Hashtag team tape. That actually might be better.
It would require more tape, but yeah, I think I can do it.
Hey, you
Yeah.
got the tape, you get the time. So everyone's heard about Area 51. What about areas 1 through 50 and then 52 and onward? We don't fucking care about those because they don't have aliens in them that we know
No,
of.
areas 1 through 50 were publicly disclosed. They're military bases and whatnot. Area 51 was a secret one. They
It
didn't
was
publicly
secret.
disclose anything. Like
Well,
Fort
they
Hood
sorta
is
did, 'cause
probably
we know about it.
Fort Hood is probably like Area 23. But they're public
really?
ones. I don't know, probably something like that. That's what it is. All those area, or maybe they're just plots of land in Arizona, or not Arizona, New Mexico. Is that where Area 51 is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I think so.
So it's probably just plots of land, but Area 51 is the plot of land that holds the base where they hold the secrets in the aliens.
Hold on. All the areas before Area 51 is what I just Googled.
I think it might be plots of land. I've looked this stuff up, but I haven't looked it up in a long time.
I'm gonna type in Area 23. Let's see if we can find that one out. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't really give me a lot of answers. So maybe we just named all of those.
I'm telling you, I think it's
We don't know about them as much because of aliens. Like that's literally the reason why. Like aliens, right?
Yeah. I think it has something to do with either plots of land or just. I think it's got to be.
Area.
Oh! Here's an article. You know about Area 51, but just what in the world is Area 6?
Well,
Bro, is there an Area 6 that we need to be worried about?
What's up with Area 6?
I don't know. Yucca
What's
Flat,
to worry about?
Nevada National Security Site, about 80 miles northwest of Las Vegas. So yeah, these are all just desert areas that
So
are
mostly
probably
the New Mexico,
government-owned.
Nevada area.
As secret air bases go, the single runway in the test site Area 6 is easily overshadowed by the world's most famous secret military base, Area 51, a dozen miles northeast. Oh, so that's what it's got to be. They're a dozen miles apart. It's got to be plots of land all in the same area that are military owned.
But 51 has aliens. That's why we know about that. The other ones just don't have aliens. That's what we do know about them.
But Area 51 has shoot to kill security and is shielded from outside view by mountain ranges. Area 6 only has fences and visitors. All right, so I'm gonna read this later. I'll just tweet out.
Do a
this link right now.
Twitter thread on it again.
I don't
Figure it
know
out.
how to do that. You're embarrassing.
Figure it
me.
out. I believe in you. Our next
I'm just
question,
gonna tweet it to the Gravy Gang right now. You guys can read the article.
Our next question is from Brandon Whitehead at Brando Whitehead on Twitter. It's also his birthday, so happy birthday, Brandon. From all
Happy
of the Gravy Gang.
birthday! I love you.
Brandon says, why do hibachi restaurants call it fried rice when it's clearly grilled? This was kind of a bit of a debate on our Twitter over the weekend, but Pat said, Pat, what did you tell him?
And this was just me talking out of my ass, but it seems to make logical sense. Traditionally, fried rice was not made on hibachi grills. Like it started out, you would pan fry it in a pan.
Fried rice.
But it's fried rice because you're pan frying it. That's what it's got to be. That makes
And
sense.
it's just
It
like,
has
they're
to.
like, we're not going to change it.
Nobody's dropping rice into a fryer because fryers are baskets with holes in them and the rice would fall through it.
Rice would fall immediately through just something. Yeah, it'd be,
Can't do that.
fried rice just sounds chill.
Yeah.
That also, I think, sounds cool.
And somebody was trying to say, well, no, that's a griddle. It's griddle rice. No, griddle rice does not roll off the tongue. It's fried rice.
Exactly. I 100% agree with you on that.
I want some fucking fried rice. You know, I might get fried rice for dinner.
Do it.
We'll see.
Do it, King.
I might.
Do it.
Might go off and get that combo fried rice with the pork, chicken, and
What are
shrimp.
you, crazy?
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. Happy birthday, Brandon. Yeah, that's just like they did it. They did it and they fried it in a pan. It was pan fried, and now it's just fried rice because it sounds cool. Gen Z Zach Woodruff says, or he's at Salsa 6800 on Twitter. He says, if a person that can see the future and a mind reader played a game of chess, who would win and why?
Future seer. Because while you can read their mind at that moment, their mind is not what the future is. They can, no matter what you're reading in their mind at that moment, they know what's going to happen next, so they can play off of that. They know the future moves.
I 100% like, because you could try and play some mind tricks that they would be like, yeah, but you're not really going to do that. I know what your actual move is. And if they can see the future, they can see like a million moves into the future.
Yeah.
No matter what you do 100% of the time.
No matter what you see in their mind, they know what your next move is because they can see the future. So they can see what your move is and counter it every fucking time. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, I told Zach, I think this is one of the greatest, like the greatest questions that has been asked ever.
It's a great question.
Proud of us for how fast we just answered it. I mean,
it's a great question.
If I can see the future, I know the future regardless. If I can read your mind, I don't know the future necessarily. I know your mind, and the mind. You know, sometimes what is it? The unreliable narrator in shows where you're like, oh, that guy was the bad guy the whole time. Fuck. It was just because I was listening to the story from his point of view. Or what was the Kaiser Soze, where it was like he was making it all up and he was lying to you the whole time. And then you were like, what? You know, like
I need to rewatch that movie.
It's like that's what, like, I can read your mind, but I wouldn't know exactly what your point was the whole time. If I can see the future, I know your actions regardless.
It's on Prime Video if you want to watch it.
So I would say
Future Reader.
I think we would all say the person that could see into the future. What was it?
Yeah, Future Seer wins over a Mind Reader.
The person that can see the future wins.
I will say, I got to throw this out there real quick. I haven't, during the podcast, you know, I used to do the pyramids, but I haven't been finishing a full sixer during the podcast in a while. I've just been taking my time enjoying. I've been killing usually about 4 per podcast. I'm about to finish number 6 right here. God damn, this bombshell pills go sound so fucking smooth.
I want it so bad. Stop it. Dude, you're just teasing me now.
Here's what you do. Come by the restaurant tomorrow, get lunch, come say hi to me. It's right next to the Bunker Hill HEB where you can get some.
Fine, I'll do it.
Do it.
Fine.
Do it.
Fine. I might.
Other people, come by, say hey too.
Jonathan Zarub, Camel Place. Ask where Pat is whenever you.
9090 Katy Freeway.
All right. Our next question is from Josh Tree Coddle at Joshua Tree 713. He says, if you have a saltwater pool, do you have oceanfront property? It's like the ocean without all the scary stuff. But if I did have said pool, can I get a pet shark? Really, the question is, what is an ocean? I would define an ocean as like I don't think you can make your own ocean.
Yeah, I don't think just having saltwater makes
you can have lakefront property wherever you are if you dig a big enough hole.
I think it has to do with size.
But like an ocean is like already there. Like we don't just like I mean lakes, like you can make new lakes. Like when was the last time like we had a new ocean, you know?
Never.
What is it? The 7 seas? I would assume those are oceans also. So like there's like 7 of them that have kind of been here forever.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I think bodies of water have to do with size. So you have, you know, oceans are the biggest, you got lakes, you got ponds. I think at best you'd have a saltwater pond if you had a saltwater pool.
I like the idea.
No, you don't have oceanfront property. I'm sorry.
But if you do have a saltwater pool, yeah, you can get a pet shark. If you want to maintain it.
Why would you want a saltwater pool?
I've heard they're cheaper.
Are they? I thought it would. I feel like it would be just knowing nothing about pools. I feel like it would be more expensive because they're rarer, and also the saltwater could probably corrode the pipes. Is that a thing?
Well, let's go to Google.
I don't know, but just for sake of argument, I will answer the rest of the question as well. Can you get a pet shark? I feel like as long as you keep to yourself, you can. But if word got out you had a pet shark, the government would probably have something to say about that. Local government. But,
running a saltwater pool system is about $36 to $48. more a year
Really? That's it?
than a traditional one.
Damn.
And a traditional pool pump system. So yes, it
But
is
also,
more expensive. But also, like, it sounds cool
what's
to
the
say, like, have a
benefit?
saltwater pool.
What's the benefit
You can
of it?
brag about it.
You
I don't know.
can you open your eyes in salt water? I guess. Yeah, you can open your eyes.
It will just burn.
I don't know. I think it's dumb. Unless you have a very high saltwater content. So like it's like the Dead Sea and you can just float on top of it because the salt's so high in it.
It's like a think tank at GravyTec. We're gonna have one of those. You
But
just
also,
float in it up. You can't
like
go
I said,
down at all in it.
Just saying shit that makes sense in my brain, so it probably doesn't make any sense to anyone else. Salt water, I feel like it's going to dry out your skin, so you can't really hammer as much beer while hanging out in salt water because I feel like that's going to dehydrate you.
Yeah,
it's not safe. Safety first.
Right.
Hashtag
Maybe
safety.
with salt water, you have to like put as much shit in it all the time. Like I feel like you have to put a bunch of chlorine in whenever, but like with salt water, maybe it's less maintenance. It's just more expensive. I don't know. I don't own a pool. I'm not a billionaire.
Here's my main thing. I don't know how it's going to affect the puppies, and I want the puppies to be chill. So just give me regular
dogs
pools.
Should be able to drink. I don't think dogs are supposed to drink chlorine either.
It doesn't affect them.
But they probably shouldn't drink chlorine. It's probably not great for them.
It's not like they're just drinking it, but when dogs swim, they're gonna swallow. They're gonna swallow some water when they swim. They're good puppies.
No, just good boys and girls.
Just good puppies. My brother keeps hounding me. He wants to pass the Gravy shirts with our dog on it. I'm like, dude, that's just like. I would love that too. She's a beautiful girl, but leave me alone.
Maybe we'll make dog shirts.
Not a shirt for the dog. He just wants. He wants the dog to be the mascot of Pass the Gravy.
Well, we have Wheezy.
That's what I was like, dude, we have Alex's dog. She's kind of the unofficial mascot.
Wheezy's always there.
But that being said, our dog's head is about the size of Wheezy. That's why she's your big girl.
Wheezy.
She's your big girl. I love puppies.
Wheezy's been hanging out with me. She's got a little thunder jacket on. Not a huge fan of these thunderstorms, so that's why Rain. Also, fuck you, Rain. I know that was one of your not cools, but still, like Wheezy, it's also her not cool. She wanted me to mention that too.
Give her a boop and a kiss for me.
Boop.
Oh, you
I'll give her a kiss afterwards. I'll give her a kiss after. All right. So yeah, I don't think saltwater pools are oceanfront property, but I like the thinking. All right.
Yes.
It makes sense.
You know, I think he's going to be a part of GravyTec Industries. He's going to be in the think tank.
Josh, you're hired and you're in the GravyTec think tank. All right.
Yeah.
Our final question right now is this week is from Alexis Garcia at Alexis Texas _ on Twitter. She says painkillers, the mute notifications option for the body. Mute notifications option.
Yep.
I actually did that this weekend. It was raining. I had a DoorDash order. I was getting crawfish and no big deal, 82 straight weeks. But I was meeting a lady for crawfish in like a fucking tsunami because I ordered DoorDash and then like the sky just fell out and it was like, hey, we're gonna make it impossible for this person to find your house. Like, hey, I can't find where the address is. I was like, you like the location, you can't find. Like, I was like, I mean, I've had people like not be able to find the apartment, but like never like the building. I was like, I mean, did you type in the address? And then like it was just like a fucking tsunami, and I just remember like going out there. I was like, this fucking sucks. But I had like somehow put like my phone on do not disturb. And like, I was like, what? I was texting somebody like, why the fuck are they not responding to me? And then it just like, I looked and it had the little moon icon and it was like, oh, it's been turned on to do not disturb unless it's an emergency contact or whatever. And I was like, I don't know what that means. How did this happen? And it was just like, oh, this fucking sucks. When you don't want to have do not disturb on, that fucking sucks. But yes, painkillers are 100% your body's just like, I don't feel this. Hey,
it's not just
don't
pills.
bother me with this pain.
This could be a mute notification right here.
I would say that's a safer mute notification.
Way safer. Not a pill guy myself.
We're pro drinking a beer as opposed to taking pills, guys. That's anything you take away. You take that, have a beer instead of a pill.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason you say I'm going to go have a beer with my friends, not I'm going to go take a pill with my friends.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful with those.
Don't do that. But yes, it's absolutely your body's mute notifications option. Yeah. I don't feel like, hey, I just got wisdom teeth taken out. I'm feeling chill, dude. I don't feel any pain right now. Yeah, muted all the notifications.
Mute the pain.
Notifications. Gone. Great question. Great not cools. Great everything by the Gravy Gang. You guys are the best. I love you guys. Please give us a 5-star review on Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, wherever you're listening to the podcast. If you're not following us on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, Pass the Gravy Pod on YouTube, go subscribe to us, screenshot us that you subscribe to us, and we'll give you a shout out on next week's podcast. We're trying to grow our YouTube. Like, we got to get the YouTube up so we can get the ads, we can make the money, we can do all this stuff, and then we can grow, and then you guys get way better product from us. That's how it works. All right.
Yeah.
Y'all,
I know.
hit this. All you have to do is subscribe and share us with friends. Give us 5-star reviews wherever you listen to us. We would appreciate it. Y'all share us with a friend. That's it. That's all we ask. We ask.
We know you want to watch
us
grow.
That's all we ask.
Support us, and you guys can watch us grow. We'll show you us growing,
and we'll give you a job at GravyTec. And jobs at GravyTec. Everything on the Pass Gravy Podcast Network. A recent study suggests Robert and Sam every Monday. They'll tell you about all these crazy studies. They'll talk about dick cactuses, all kinds of stuff like that. Every Monday at a recent study pod on Twitter and Instagram. Give them a follow. Subscribe to them. Give them a listen as well. We have Claire at Big Blue Podcast. If you like soccer, you like football, me and my buddy Mike Fish talk about that every single Tuesday. We do it live. Claire Big Blue Podcast on Facebook or Twitch or YouTube. If you want to go follow us there, you can watch us live on Tuesdays, 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern. And we go live. You can chat with us about whatever you feel like in the worlds of football and soccer. We have the Disappointed But Not Surprised podcast with Addie and Alex. They're awesome. Go check them out. What else we got? We got Weekly D podcast, the Dogecoin Kings. Those guys, you're into Doge, you better be into the Weekly D podcast. And then Pass Gravy, bro, myself, Emma, Pat, and Chris. We break down every episode of Big Brother right after it happens. You can watch that live on our Facebook live page or on our Facebook page, Pass Gravy Bro. And then just make sure you're liking everything Pass Gravy Pod at Pass Gravy Pod on Twitter, Instagram, like Pass Gravy Podcast on Facebook. You guys are the best. Thank you for tuning in. Please share us with a friend. Have a great rest of your week. And until we talk to you fools next time, pass the gravy. Yeah. Bitches!
I caught it bad yesterday. You hit me with a call to your place. Ain't been out in a while anyway. Was hoping I could catch you throwing smiles in my face. Romantic talking, you don't even have to try.